It's time to kick off a brand new NASCAR season. Daytona is just a week away from when we got qualifying into practice, so it's time to go to the LA Coliseum. Welcome to an evening of entertainment a day earlier than planned. It is the Busch Light Class here at the Coliseum. And we're all set for an evening of entertainment, exactly what we should be doing. And they have changed the rules because there is a weather radar warning coming in, which means we are going to be live throughout the day here, bringing you the remainder of practice / the qualifying format. There's no heat races to talk about, and then we're straight in as well 30 minutes later with the Busch Light Clash. Hopefully my TV pictures stabilise, because right now Mike Joy, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer looking very much dodgy. They have stabilised, but too many want. It's Alan and Richard and Joe Samiego who are with me in the box at the moment. Josh T's behind in the scenes, and we'll be hearing from him during the clash later on. Joe, starting with you, a whole new NASCAR season and a whole new challenge for me to try and bring in the commentary box. And it's going to be, hopefully, very fun. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Very excited. Of course, the circumstances of the weather. NASCAR, they're going to get this in tonight. Right now, the sun is peaking.
Oh, well,
Very exciting night racing.
Yeah, just got at the end. There's a few glitches in the system as everything gets up and running. It has been having a bit of a problem, but Adam Embridge with me as well, and he'll be with me across the broadcast this year on the American State side. Alan, the cars are on the track for practice and qualifying, so it's a bit of an added pressure because we were supposed to have the heat races. They've been scrapped. So basically, fastest 23 go through it. Well, fastest 22 go through automatically. And then the 23rd is whoever was fastest on points last year who hasn't already qualified. So that's how it's going to work. So right now, the 22 fastest takes it down to Bubba Wallace. Michael McDowell's 23rd, but that's going to be who's going to be fast on points. So at the moment, Josh Berry's not going to be in because he's 24th and down on time. So it's a very crucial session as this is practice group number 1. And we're covering NASCAR. It's very weird to stand in the box talking about it, but how are you doing? You looking forward to racing being back?
Oh, sure am, Josh. It's always a pleasure to be with you and Joe and Josh T. Watching NASCAR for over 30 years, and I can remember, when this was at the legendary Daytona International Speedway, and it was just the pole winners from the previous year that were entered for the class, for what was known as the Busch Clash, and now with all the different format changes we've seen over the years, and here we are in Southern California, and next year you have the Olympics coming to LA. So will this be the final time we see the clash at the LA Coliseum? And for people who don't know, all the sessions are free. So if you're a NASCAR fan and you live in Southern California, you can go there for free. I know NASCAR is losing a lot of money, over tickets and whatnot. But it's good to see NASCAR make a right decision and having the Clash of the Coliseum tonight, wait on the weather that's coming in tomorrow.
I wish I could go inside and tell the family, please stop using the Wi-Fi because it's killing our stream. It's just come back to us. But Joe, suppose it is a good thing that they are doing it tonight. Otherwise, tomorrow, with the rain coming in, we talked about it earlier on the Grid Network show, with that rain coming in, it would have absolutely killed any racing that we could have seen. It's 150 laps under green. So put it all on one night, even the Mexico race. It sort of makes sense, but as Adam pointed out, fans not really going to pack it out as we've seen in previous years. So it's open doors, free for all.
Open doors, free for all for the fans in attendance. If somebody just hears, hey, you could come watch it for free right now. There's the hope that we still have a good turnout. You can see on the front stretch, they are starting to fill out. It's just one of those circumstances similar to Chicago. unprecedented territory. Chicago, they had to open the streets up by Monday. Here, this weather system, there's no way we're going to get the race on time. And of course, I have to put it back to the football field conditions. So this was the best call to do. Right now, we're seeing a lot of cars. They are locking up that front tire in the braking zone. So they're trying to get those low pressures up. Carson Hocevar, he seems to be hit or miss when it comes to the laps. In fact, right now he is 19th, so he's not looking too good. Nearly got in the wall. But a lot of factors going on today that for all these drivers and the teams, it was just rushed from we're here, we'll race tomorrow to everything today, all right now.
Yeah, really was. The case of the broadcast as well. What we got told about this about 3 hours ago. The past 3 hours, I've been editing, getting the intros sorted, getting all the graphics sorted up, and it was very much thankful that Fox stayed bowling for just a little bit longer so that we can get everything crystal clear and ready to go. You might notice a bit of a difference to the timing clock at the top of our screen. It's blue. I thought, what colour could we put NASCAR, our timing graphics? I thought there's nothing better than the light blue of the King. So that's what it is. But let's go down. Jamie Little's in the pits.
This is what's happening just outside. It's the staging area. It's an actual live street that has been shut down just for this race weekend. It's a place where all these teams have brought all their equipment. So in between practice sessions and afterwards before the race tonight, they make their adjustments. So all these drivers right here, Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, they're getting ready to go out for their second practice session. And I can tell you there's been a lot of talk about the atmospheric pressure. The atmosphere back here, all-time high. These teams are ready to get going, ready to kick off the race season in 2024. Regan Smith, what do you have?
Well, Jamie, it looks like LA rush hour out there where you are right now. Where I'm at, though, off of turn 4 inside the racetrack here, it looks a little bit more like nearby Silicon Valley. Take a look over my shoulder. The crew chiefs, the engineers, all the guys with the computers are out here right now trying to watch their race cars as they're making laps and communicate back and forth to the guys that are out where Jamie is, out by the road, to go out there and try and make the changes to the race cars as we got a spin on the track.
That would be Austin Cindric, who spun coming off turn number 2.
So that's the reason that the yellow flag came out a few moments ago then. Well, the red flag, effectively, instead of a full course yellow. But little spin, get going again for Austin Cindric, of course. And he should hopefully be better up. Of course, won last year, sorry, 2022's Daytona 500, of course, the graphic that just popped up on our screen. Don't know how far we are behind at the moment, but let's take another look at it. So I think Adam is just going to get on the dust a little bit. Yep, out of 2.
Yeah, that's right. Had a little spin, and Austin Cindric is a. I don't think you can pin Austin Cindric here. Well, he's very well talented. Of course, we all know what happened at the Rolex 24 Hours Daytona regarding Roger Penske. So right now, Roger Penske's on a high. So I mean, could one of his drivers win tonight's class at the Coliseum? I mean, hey, where the captain's looking, I don't see. I mean, it could happen.
Let's just catch up on the chat. SHT in the Twitch chat saying, hi guys, hi, welcome along. You wanted it, you got it, NASCAR. Dissimulate says as well, not only, where is it? Race is supposed to start at 8 p.m. Eastern, so they'll have less than 2 hours to get the heats done. No heats, straight going in. Dimas, hello, good morning. Do you like NASCAR? I do like NASCAR. First year we're commentating it on the channel full time. It's not going to be me all the time. Let's just explain that right now. Because of the clashes that they have with IndyCar, Formula One, all the other series we cover, it goes on all year. We made the decision right away, if we're going to cover it, we're not doing it all me. Otherwise, that really would be too much. So we're teaming up with USON. Sometimes it'll be the JB Motorsports crew. Sometimes it'll be the USON crew. And if that's the case, we'll have a timing screen with all sorts of graphics on as well around so that you get the best coverage back at home. So it's going to be a bit like a dual hand up. And for instance, USON tonight, they've got a baseball game or basketball game, one of the two. So they're coming in halfway through the clash. So we're covering the first half of the clash. Red flag's out again, by the way. as they'll come back into the pits at the end of this part of the practice. Group 2 will be going out shortly to start up again. Austrian Cindric has set a personal best, but it's Denny Hamlin who is fastest at the moment. And the 22 qualifying, the last one still Bubba Wallace as well. Ad breaks still the curse. Got to get used to those, but hopefully we'll have the international viewership at some point during the year.
One of the things that's interesting, Josh, we're seeing Danny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, 3 Toyotas up front. We talked about this in the pre-race show. Will we see any indication of the new Toyotas or the Fords? If you're Toyota and Joe Gibbs racing, you got to be feeling pretty good, because even Truex, 6th place, that's a good start for Joe Gibbs racing. There's got to be a little bit of a smile going on right there in the pits.
Yeah, brand new,
Joe,
isn't
yeah.
it? Go on, Adam. You were going to pick up my point anyway.
And as you know, Joe, I went with Martin Truex Jr. to win tonight. At the LA at the Clash of the Coliseum. And I'm gonna say this, and I want your guys' reaction. I think at the end of the year, Martin Truex Jr. retires from NASCAR.
Oh.
We saw what happened last year with Eric Almirola. But Martin Truex Jr. has had a very successful career in the Cup Series. So do you guys think Martin Truex Jr. retires at the end of the year?
I definitely throw that one to you, Joe.
I think this is most likely his last season, but I think we're going to know before the halfway point. I think he'll let the team know, the media will find out, because you're going to want to put somebody in that 19 vehicle. Originally, the rumor was he was going to retire last year, maybe John Hunter Nemechek. Well, John Hunter Nemechek's now with Legacy. But then becomes, well, who's going to go in there? So I think Truex, by the halfway point of the year, we're going to know for sure his plans. I do think most likely the plans are going to be him mostly fishing next year, going for more bass, and then somebody else in that 19 Toyota.
One thing I will just say straight away is, if you're new to the channel for the first time, I don't claim to be an expert on NASCAR. I'm a fan who's now been asked to cover the series because of all the others we cover. So I'm stepping in very much as a fan of the sport, now broadcasting it. So it's going to take me a bit of time to get up to speed with it. So that's why Joe Samiega and Adam Emery are going to be with me across the year. Josh T's with us as well, who's been watching for 2 years and has kept us honest across everything on a couple of the USRN broadcasts that me and him did last year. Joe, we did one as well a couple of years ago that went all throughout the night. With that rain delay, so get used to those. But Josh T, down the pits at the moment. We'll have you back up in the race shortly. What are you expecting having NASCAR on the channel and doing some of the races?
Well, hello everyone. It's definitely going to be a good season. The broadcasting already been chaotic on my side. International feed will be on for me. They've not updated the time. I think it's midnight, they said.
So we'll swap over to that just before the race then, which starts at 1 o'clock. So we're stuck on the FS1 coverage at the moment because we get the international feed up here in the comms box, which means we go without ad breaks, which is easier for us to see. Just to give you a bit of an update for Daytona 500, we'll be covering the qualifying session. That's February 14th. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. Of course, over here, that would be, off quick calculations, midnight here in the UK. Then it's the Duels the next day. We're covering those two with USON, and then we split up and get ready to go for the Daytona 500 on Feb the 17th as well. And it's suited and booted, ready to go there. Not sure what the comm team is for that yet. We're going to try and rotate across the evening and get that all sorted, because there's a couple of new faces that are joining the channel. As we're on board with Martin Truex Jr., who you were just talking about, Adam. Could he possibly retire? The number 19, just coming out the last corner across the line. And a little lock-up coming into turn 1 as well, actually. 15th in the 2022 race. Won last year. We mentioned that earlier on the Grid Network, Joe. And has he got the thing to do it again? Can he win? Or are you expecting somebody else? Because I can't actually remember who you said your pick a winner was.
My pick winner is the person right there on the back end of Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is looking very aggressive. Given the bumper, here we are in practice. He's really showing some muscle for.
Passing a really strong car. Tells me all I need to see. Morgan and Morgan, you're making fun of me right here. That guy's flexing his muscle.
We've lost their signal.
Martin Truex Jr. He got a good shot of winning. He's pretty fast, but we're seeing Kyle Busch. He's trying to get it down, and I think he has to be one of the drivers to watch. And of course, there's Austin Dillon, who we talked a little bit about. Wasn't the favorite according to the automakers, which is interesting. He has the Bet MGM paint scheme there, so really interesting.
Yeah, it's not his fault, by the way, to let you know that Joe's been lost. It's my laptop. You feel like giving a... Oh, I just did. Kicked it back. Kicked the desk it's on by accident. Hey, and actually, everything's working. I forget how close I am, actually, to standing in the box with the table. But, yeah, the laptop froze about 20 minutes before we came on air. So, yeah, Valentine's Day, it's when it's on. Best way to spend it. Coming in here with qualifying. We won't be showing the practice and qualifying for every race because I said there's, 36 or 37, 38, how many, it's so much. So it's races only, and then because Daytona's the big one, you have to show the duels, and then the qualifying sort of even more important. So you just sort of go with the two. Nemechek is still in 12th position, by the way. Just noticed him on the timing monitor. They haven't changed over. This is practice group 2, by the way. That's heading out there on the circuit. They're practicing the draft. Kyle Larson's right behind the 41. Gives him a bit of a love tap on the inside. Coming through the first corner as well.
What I liked about Kyle...
Just hearing Larson's radio actually coming through. We've got these scanners open as well on the officials, but nothing's come over just yet. So if the officials say anything, we will hear it up in the comms box. So that's how we're going to look forward to it. And we're just going to enjoy, use the Busch Light Clash as an opportunity to sit back, learn, have some fun. And then when we get to Daytona, everybody's ready to go. Here's Ryan Preece coming through, 33 years old. Best finish of 3rd in the 2019 Talladega race as well. Back in, of course, with number 41.
Ryan Preece last year, Ryan Preece, he was looking pretty good. So he will really like to have another strong race again tonight. Try to get some momentum because that Stewart Haas Racing team was just dreadful last year. Now with the new Ford Mustang, they're hoping for something better. Right now, though, it seems like the highest person from Stewart Haas Racing is Chase Briscoe in 8th place at the moment.
Yeah, and I was really excited to see what Briscoe's going to do when we get to Daytona 500, as we see somebody's coming out of the pit lane as well, go down on the road. Oh, here we go, the Sonny D car. Right out there as well. Josh Berry, the number 4, the guy who impressed so much last year when he debutized in the Cup Series. Now going to get a full chance. Currently, as I said, 24th and not qualifying. I mean, Joe, if he doesn't qualify, is that sort of a kick in the teeth that he can't get through straight away, or does he have to go through and see what he can do in the final group of practice? Because, of course, he's got a second group to go forward now.
Second group, the big thing, I feel, especially Josh Berry, it's not the end of the world for that team. We know Stewart Haas Racing during the offseason, we're talking about, hey, we're going to silence the doubters. We're going to come out strong. This is such a unique race. If they don't hit it off right, if things are just not clicking, this is at least a race to figure out those mistakes, work on the chemistry between the crew, Josh Berry. It'll be a bummer to miss out. Sunny Delight will not be happy. I think if there's anything with the rain, with the race being moved to FS1, not main station Fox in the United States, I think it's not the biggest loss in the world. They'll still love to get in, the pride, the chance to get the win at the Busch Light Clash. It wouldn't be the biggest disappointment. I think that would be the Daytona 500. Close call there between
inside of Austin Dillon, I think it was. Yeah, wow. Just going to send it through at turn 1, proving that you can overtake on the shortest track on the calendar. It's not even an official race, it's the exhibition clash here as well. No points are awarded. But that wonderful number 3, which got so much heritage. We haven't talked about Dale Earnhardt much on the channel. We've always discussed him during red flag periods as well, but I really love that we get the opportunity to talk about him a lot more, covering NASCAR full time. And that number 3, a lot of heritage there, and I think as well in pretty safe hands with Austin Dillon coming back up as well, and hopefully going to have a lot better career going forward. In fact,
A little bit better. Same thing down here. A little lock up under initial there again.
Just hearing Brad Keselowski's radio coming through. Yeah, Adam, I think he's on a lot of good things that are hopefully going to come this season for him, as well as he just gave Brad a little tap at the bumper.
Yeah, Austin Dillon is driving a car that is, for NASCAR fans, that grew up with the Intimidator, the Man in Black, Dale Earnhardt. Austin Dillon is in really good hands at RCR. So I think Austin Dillon is going to have a strong year this year. And I'll give you guys a cool little
red flag.
About,
That's Group 2 ended for round 2. That's what's brought out the red flag as well. That's Mike Joy just told in the ears. Red and black coming out. So that's the end of that session then. They've decided that's it for half time before the next 2 groups go out. So that's what's caused the red flag. I'll hand back over to you, Adam.
Yeah, I actually have a piece of Joe Nemechek's car in my living room from the 2001 Daytona 500, in which Dale Earnhardt Sr. was killed. It's a whole side of his car. He's got all the stickers and logos on it. And why I required the piece is my dad was an auto mechanic, and where he used to work, someone came in one day and said, "Hey, I have this piece of race car. You want it?" Like, yeah. So it's hanging up in my living room, and
That's amazing.
pretty cool to have it's pretty cool to have a piece of race car from that race that he brought the end to it. One of the best drivers of all time, Dale Earnhardt Sr.
I can't believe that. I'm very jealous right now that you've got hold of that and we don't. I've got a wishbone sort of thing from the back of Gasly's car when I was at testing in 2019 at Barcelona. He crashed at turn 9 and I was standing there. So the marshals picked it up and put it behind the barrier. Pits were falling off the car and just bent down, picked a bit up, and Red Bull are probably still looking for it this day. So it's probably cost them a championship. Green flag is back out for Group 3 to head out onto the circuit. We're not yet into the qualifying just yet. Sort of a combined process that we're going to experience. But Denny Hamlin's still fastest, and he's done a 13.270. Didn't beat that on his last run around, though, Joe, so he's going to have to hope that he gets through. But now it's a chance for Josh Bowen to head out there again and see if he can qualify. Ahead right now with Michael McDowell, who is 23rd, but is the highest point scorer, who hasn't qualified, so will automatically, I think, qualify going in. So it's going to get complicated, this. And I thought the All-Stars was difficult to understand. As we said in the pre-show on the Grid Network, it's difficult when you see it, but when you do it, it's a lot easier.
It's going to be a lot easier. The big thing for the casual fan or somebody new tuning in first time, of course, 22 cars will get on speed. The 23rd car is based off the provisional from the points. So if for some reason Ryan Blaney does not get on the fastest 22, he is in there. If he gets in because he's on the fastest 22 already, it goes down to the second, third, all the way to whoever is not in there. So Michael McDowell, I mean, that is one advantage of making the playoffs. You're going to be in the top 16. So if something like this occurs, you got that hope that the other 15 ahead of you were faster and you're in. So it really shows the playoffs. It's more than just a championship. Beginning of the season, you had a chance to get in this race. And depending on the future of this event, if it's here or another location, it'll be just as big.
They're just talking right now about Kevin Harvick joining the commentary booth. Everybody was a bit surprised. I wasn't, because when NASCAR and Fox did the driver's call a couple of years ago, he led the coverage because he's actually trained as a journalist. So he is a natural fit to step up to the commentary box as well. And I suppose it does a little bit better than having a random commentator or a random ex-driver come in for a race and not really have too much to do, because that, I think, annoyed everybody on the Fox coverage last year. I'm guaranteed, though, that many of you over there, and us included now, I can say that, we're going to complain a lot about the ad breaks this year and the camera direction, both from Fox and say, oh, I can't wait for NBC to get back. And then when NBC come on, we'll say, we can't wait for Fox to come back. So where do you both stand on that front as well? I'll start with you, Joe. Is it Fox or NBC? How do you stand?
It's a little bit of both. Plus, don't forget, NASCAR got a big television deal from the networks. Those television networks need to make up the money to be profitable, so of course they're going to sell more ad space. If we had higher ratings, those ad spaces will go for more money, less ad breaks. So that's the big key. That's why it's going to be really curious when we get the new TV deal where you're going to have NBC, Fox, but then you have TV, I believe it's TNT or TBS, and Amazon. Xfinity Series to CW. Will we see a drastic change in coverage? Because let's be honest, casual fan comes to NASCAR, a lot of commercials. You watch F1 on ESPN, commercial free. IndyCar, they got a good fair number of commercials, but I don't think at that high of a level as NASCAR, just because they don't have such a big television deal. This NASCAR deal was like huge, one even bigger. So good for NASCAR, good for the teams, but that would mean those networks are going to be looking for a way to make money on their potential investment of NASCAR.
Harrison Burch just stopped
Joe,
in the pit
I'll
lane.
agree.
Go on, Adam.
Yeah, I'll agree with what you said, Joe. And for folks regarding the CW, the CW is also home to Atlantic Coast Conference football and men's women's basketball. So, when the Xfinity Series moves over to the CW next year, a lot of those product telecasts are going to lead into football and and probably basketball as well. So and it could be a good thing, depending on if you're a casual fan or not. And Ollie, you mentioned Amazon. I'm looking for, I think 2025 is going to be crazy throughout motorsports. We've already talked about Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari 2025. NASCAR's new TV deals. So I think 2025 is going to be a crazy year in all forms of motorsports.
Oh, and into the pits comes the 12 as well for Ryan Blaney. And I'm personally excited because if it does go to TNT in America, that means it comes to TNT in the UK. And we finally get it because right now it's stuck on Viaplay, which wasn't supposed to be the case. It was supposed to transfer over to TNT this year or to Sky, but nothing came of it. So our first year commentating on the series will be totally reliant on DD12, which is the streaming site where he puts out all of the coverage as well, which is where we're watching right now. So that's supposed to be, if we might be like 20 seconds back, similar to what we see. But it's glitching a little bit on the Fox Sports 1. We're waiting for the international feed to come on in around about 54 minutes time, and then we can have that as the permanent coverage. We'll leave you at that time with some conversation, so we won't be having dead air. But into the pits, Bubba Wallace getting into the car as well. Sort of another breakout star of the new NASCAR Netflix series. And whether you love him, whether you hate him, it's certainly a character in the NASCAR series. I'm looking forward to seeing completely all throughout the year now exactly what's going on. Because last year, as everyone knows, especially here on the channel, it gets busy. So you don't get to see a lot of the NASCAR. Sometimes I missed a race or two, and it always turned out to be the most dramatic race of the year. For instance, like Bob Hurt getting into a punch-up in the turn 4. So looking forward to being able to see the whole year. Josh Berry's out on the track again in the Sunny D car. And now I really want some orange juice. I really do. It's advertising that works. I think everybody wants Sunny D when it pops up on the screen as our TV pictures freeze. I hope everybody in the main house just hurries up and goes to sleep because they are destroying the Wi-Fi. Also, there's a bit of storm in the UK where I've got as well. It's not as bad as over there, but I've got a bit of wind and rain as well. Josh T, what's it like where you are?
Haven't gone outside today. No, absolutely no idea.
I've only gone out to go to the garage where the commentary box is. I've not. I've been. To be perfectly honest, I'm still thinking from a week ago where we did Daytona 24 Hours, so I'm still a bit flagging, which is not helpful when you're trying to learn a brand new series as well to commentate on. Here's Kaz is in there as well. 25 years old, 2 top 10 finishes in his career so far, getting out there on the circuit.
Asgrala, he would love to have a good, strong race. Has been sort of become a journeyman driver as of late. Was right here, right during the Xfinity Series, Truck Series. Opportunity here, try to get into Busch like Clash. That would be huge for him and that number 15 team.
So going over the two as they come through, here's what would you say then, Joe, on this track? How would you describe it? Because NASCAR has short tracks as well that we see very close, very competitive racing at, where the lap time's like 11, 12 seconds. It's 13 seconds here, but everybody says this isn't really a normal short track. It's inside a football stadium. So how would you compare a normal short track to this? Is it a fair comparison to say that we could have a cup race here, or is it okay just to have this clash here?
This clash, I think, is ideal. Last year when we had 27 cars out here, it felt like it got a little too crowded. We see a lot of the punting, caution, another punt, caution. So that's why this year the field's down to 23 like the first year. What makes this track really hard, it is so short, you can't really pick up the speed, and you're hoping the outside line gets some sort of traction groove to make it side by side, because right now the biggest challenge, try to go on the inside, stay as low as you can so nobody could get you. So this leaves you with only pushing the driver out of the way, or if you're lucky, try to get around the outside and hope you just carry enough momentum. But again, you're at the mercy of the grip level on the outside. But also, it works against everybody. It's a paved track just for this race, so it's not an age track. North Wilkesboro, when we came back, a lot of people were happy that it was the original pavement, more character. When you have a brand new track, when it's repaved, it's a challenge. So overall, this is a big challenge. North Wilkesboro, 5/8 mile, Martinville, a bigger track than them. They're bigger. That's what makes, I think, the clash at the Coliseum almost, in a way, the ideal fit. Because if you're looking at another stadium, whereas the Dallas Cowboys stadium, a football stadium, Minnesota Vikings stadium, which is an indoor dome, those are built for football stadiums or football. Coliseum, it's bigger than a football field. It's made for track and field for the Olympics. So those tracks will be even shorter. That's why I think right now the Coliseum is the best bet. Anything else will be much more challenging.
Yeah, Joe, I'll agree with you on that. And I've even seen, next year, I've seen online, like, could the Clash move to, I've seen online, about the Clash potentially going south of the border to Mexico City or even Guadalajara. So I think, and when it comes to racing here at the Coliseum, one track stands out to me, and that's Bowman Gray Stadium here in North Carolina, because it's a racetrack, and on the inside is a football stadium. So I give it, that sort of comparison, with the Clash at the Coliseum.
Final practice is getting underway here, and we're all set then to get underway. And William Barron's getting out there. Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano heading out there too, as well as Michael McDowell, who is currently the last runaround on the main screen. Just waiting for the remainder of the coverage, because we've lost TV pictures up here in the comms box. Don't know. Joe, if you can. Yeah, absolutely. So we can still see something going forward, if that works. I did share the settings, so it might do. So that we can at least still see while I get this coverage back up and running, because, as always, there's one problem or another. that comes into it. So we can still see the coverage at the moment heading out there on the circuit. Oh, now it's reloaded our main TV pictures as well. So this is the first set of the clash, I believe. So are we going now into the qualifying or the final procedure? If one of you two would care to explain what's going to happen next, because I can't read that screen.
So right now, the way the clash is set is essentially we're going to go into qualifying. For 22 fastest are going to advance.
Oh, and everyone else disappeared. Oh, well, this
We'll be looking on last year's points, and that will determine the starting lineup for the Classic Coliseum tonight.
So everything going a bit wrong on the board, but it's Carson Hoverside who's gone fastest on a 14.673. Chase Briscoe just behind. So this is the effective qualifying runarounds now. The final practice, as we said, practice re-qualifying. Everyone's sliding around out there on the track as well and properly getting up. Go on, Joe.
I was going to say, we're seeing Carson Hocevar just locking up those tires. At 14 seconds down, it's not going to get them in. I think this group is going to be in a little bit of trouble as the track weather in and gets more grip.
I think it's gone. Yeah, we see. Go on, Joe. We've completely lost our stream up here. Go on.
No problem. I was going to say, Eric Jones just set the first lap in the 13-second range, 13.72. So the 13-second range, I don't would agree. This is the range you got to be in or advancing into the clash.
So just keep on going, keep on trucking.
Right now.
Go
on. right now, the driver we talked about in the pre-race show, Josh Williams, 13.77. For those of you that didn't tune in, Josh Williams, if he somehow gets into this and pulls off the upset and wins, he was a 30,000 plus favorite to win the race. So that means if somebody was to put in $10 bet on Josh Williams, he'll walk away with $3,000 if he won the race. So that's a big underdog. We know he's very popular, especially after the park. And he just laid down 13.57. The minute 51 to go. He is all of a sudden looking good. Josh, can you imagine if Josh Williams pulls this off?
There's too many Joshes. But yeah, this is looking absolutely fantastic. Right, one thing I absolutely love is that this wireless mouse works in the commentary box to a fire stick that's connected way up in the other side. Looks like, though, it's going to work. So, well done for Josh Williams, who's gone fastest. Chase Briscoe is in second position. Then it's Eric Jones, Zane Smith, Austin Cindric in fifth. Remember, the top 22 classified overall, they automatically will qualify. Then it's whoever had the highest points last year. So if you're a rookie coming in, you have to qualify inside the top 22. If you don't, well, bye-bye LA, and we'll see you at Daytona in a week's time. Or just over a week, actually, isn't it? I can't remember how far away it is, because next week it's only the 11th. And oh, no, hang on a minute, yeah. Gets confusing, doesn't it? Qualifies on a Thursday. Here's Zane Smith. I was hearing the officials' radio in the background of my ear, so it is working, which is a good thing. Josh T, you're in the... Oh, sorry, go on, Joe.
I was going to say, we're getting down to it, and it looks like Briscoe has tied Josh Williams' time at 13.57, so it's going to be really interesting. Josh Williams could go faster, or Chase Briscoe. I think these two know pressure's on.
And they're going to push as hard as they can.
13.50 for Josh Williams.
Full course yellow.
P1.
Yellow's out, and Briscoe's gone faster with a 13.484. So yellow's out, and it's Briscoe on provisional pole. And you said, Joe, in the commentary just now and in the pre-show on the Grid Network, that Josh Williams could do something special. Second fastest at the moment when the yellow comes out.
Second fastest at the moment at 13.50. It's going to be really interesting. We're going to see what this track does. If the grip builds up, he's going to be in trouble. I think all of them might be in trouble, to be honest. But if the conditions change for the worse and we see slower times, 13.50, he could get in. Hocevar, 13.50 as well. I mean, really, all of them. It's going to be really close. It's just what will the track do as the conditions change.
Don't know what the gap is between our coverage and the delay, because they've only just gone red on our side. So it's all because we're waiting for the international at half past 12, 12:30 a.m. UK time. So it's around about 40 minutes or so. So it's Briscoe, Williams, Hovasar, Jones, Cindric and Smith, the 6 at the moment, as we get ready for the next run around. Let's have a quick word with Mike Joy.
None of them were high enough in the driver points for 2023 to be eligible for the one provisional spot. Look at the fender humps on the front of that Mustang. That's new, the Mustang Dark Horse for 2024. Whole new look for the original pony car.
It's definitely on top of those front fenders. Drastic change for the Mustang. You know, you don't really think about that here. That's not going to be a conversation, but boy, when we get to Daytona, that is going to be topic of conversation.
Well, Clint, here's where we're going to disagree, because we're going to think about it everywhere, buddy. Aero is not going to matter here, but it has to make some sort of difference, doesn't it?
Well, the biggest thing about Daytona, the reason I went there, is for the last several years, there's been a manufacturer in Ford that has the upper hand on that conversation, right? The problem is, I could never figure out why they didn't go to the other side a little bit, give up a little bit, even Ron Peter to pay Paul to be better on a mile and a half, like the Chevys and maybe even the Toyotas.
Green flag, William Byron was the fastest Chevrolet in practice. Tyler Reddick is out there. Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, who won this race 2 years ago.
Yep, they're all out there, all getting set to get going. And I wonder why it's so quiet in the stream. Last year it was always louder. So hopefully on the international feed it'll louden up or get louder. That's how it goes at the top. Briscoe's still top then at the moment. Josh Williams still second. But now everyone else starts to come through. Chastain getting up to speed as well.
We got the second group out, and just for reference, in the practice session, Denny Hamlin was the fastest. His lap time was a 13.417. So as you can see, that 13.50 is right there. It's going to be a matter of how many others could get there. It'll be really interesting to see what happens with this group on the track.
So on board with Ty Gibbs coming through at the moment. Chastain up into 6th position. Logano has gone top. So Logano does a 13.358. He's 23 thousandths faster. Then William Byron has gone into 2nd. Ross Chastain is in the 3rd position. Chase Briscoe's 4th. Ty Gibbs 5th. So Josh Williams dropped down to 6th position. Now 7th as Byron goes back to the top. A 13.323. So times are improving, which is exactly what we wanted to see. But disadvantage if you went out in Group 1, because as Joe and Adam said earlier on, it's a new layout. So first time we've had a race on this surface, it's gripping up every single second. And by the time we get to the last group, they should be the fastest, because it's not a permanent surface. But we've had a couple of practice sessions for the Mexico series that went out, I believe, an hour before we did.
Yeah, we had the Mexico series out there. A little bit of a different tire compound, but still they're laying down rubber. That should help the product. William Byron being one of the fastest. We talked about earlier, the Vegas odd makers had him at plus 1200, but it looks like Ty Gibbs just now to the front with a 13.261. I'm curious if we could get down to the 12s.
That's going to be something massive, isn't it? If we can get through that quicker surface, Adam, and if we could get to the 112s. 0.8, 0.7, what do you think?
I think we're going to see it. I think we're going to see a 12-second lap. Determine who's on the pole. I think, like you said, Josh, I think in Group 3, that group will determine who starts on the pole. It's nice to see that. I will say it's nice to see NASCAR return it here in 2024.
Well, I'm relieved to see already that our timing screen and the TV pictures are at least less than 50 seconds behind. I'm just wondering exactly how much. If it's 20 seconds, it's fine. If it's 30, it gets a bit more worrying as well. But checker flag, no, 40 seconds. Okay, this is working. Oh, there we go. So we are 37 seconds behind the live timing. So we were 20 seconds back at the Rolex 24, so it's not so bad. It's not decent to be 30 seconds back, but it's okay. Well, hopefully on the international feed, it'll close back up.
Yeah. One of the things, as we're coming down towards the end of this qualifying group, just about everyone in this group is faster than the first 6 cars that went out there. You're seeing 1 through 6. Michael McDowell with a 13.40, where Briscoe, Williams, Hocevar, Jones, Cindric, and Smith, they're going to be in trouble. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens with Group 3 as the red flag comes out on Group number 2.
Right, we've synced up finally. We've delayed the live timing that you see on the YouTube stream to 38 seconds. So it is 38 seconds. If you're watching along with us anywhere, that's the delay, 38 seconds. Or put it in the chat as well. We'll update you as we get to the international feed what it becomes later on. So our timing screens are now synced with the TV pictures that you see at home, 38 seconds. So that's what it is on the board. So when you go green, press pause. When we go green here on the timing, press play again. And then hopefully we'll be right up in sync to come into it. So getting close to midnight here in the UK. Getting close to, I believe, 7 p.m. over there Eastern time. And then for you, Joe, is it later or earlier?
Earlier, we're at 3:54, so we're coming up to 4 p.m. So it'll be prime time in the West Coast. So
it's going to be such a great... So Josh T's only 20 seconds in. So not too bad. Thanks, Josh, on that front. So we'll wait. Hopefully when we get to, as I say, international, it should decrease to around about 20 seconds. So it's not going to be too bad of a wait around. We're just all hoping and praying that Viaplay give us some racing throughout. So first 2 groups then have been completed. It's Joey Logano from Ty Gibbs. William Byron's out there too. Ross Chastain, followed by Tyler Reddick, the top 5. Michael McDowell is in 6th. Chase Briscoe is 7th. Josh Williams in 8th. Carson Hocevar is in 9th. Eric Jones in 10th. Austin Cindric is 11th. And Zane Smith goes down in 12th position. Eric Jones, has he done a couple in NASCAR? I believe I've heard that. In IndyCar, sorry. Has he done a couple there before? I seem to remember an Eric Jones a couple of years ago.
Trying to think. I know there's PJ Jones that was in IndyCar, but not Eric Jones.
No, yeah.
Eric.
There we go.
Yeah, that's right, Joe.
Yeah. Right, the officials channel apparently isn't working, so we've now switched to All Scan, which should give us the driver's radio in between with the officials as well. So when we get, Josh T's just told us as well, when we get to the international, it should be 8 seconds, but at the moment, because we're on Fox, it's on 35. And as I said, 38, sorry. And it just decreases every second. Still together, let's head over to Mike Joy.
As Group 2 comes out for their final practice session, which will be their qualifying session, they'll be split in half, Group 2A and 2B. Or not 2B.
If you ask me right now, I think the pole sitter's coming out of this group. This group was really fast in practice. Some heavy hitters.
Oh, here we go.
100% agree.
Yeah.
The guy in this group
it's going to be in this one. They were fast in that session. Now, when we came on air, it was Group 2A that we started broadcasting, and we saw how good they were in their practice session. This is now qualifying segment. Now, the plan was, if you're watching along with us, we were going to cover the heat races today, and the practice and qualifying was going to be used to set all the graphics up. That got changed because there's no heat races now. So we're straight on with practice and qualifying. Then, according to Bob Potgrass, it's going to be a 30-minute gap between the end of this stage of qualifying and practice, then to the race. So we're going to use that time. We'll hear from the drivers, have a pit walk and everything that they like to do on Fox, and we'll gear up, ready to go. Then we'll do the race. I think we're going to meet up with USRN, but quickly, here's Jamie Little down in the pits. Oh, actually, she's frozen, so that's okay. Someone dethought Jamie.
Logano top of the board. Finally, the wait is over. You're back in your race car. We know you love to be there.
Nope, she's still frozen. Is it Dethor or Thor? Because if it's Dethor, it means freezer.
What was it like out there? How are the conditions?
Nope, gone again. Seriously.
For tonight, now that
conditions out there.
Racing tonight.
Yeah, I feel really good about our Shell Pencil Mustang. We came here completely different than last year. We kind of struggled here last year, so Paul did a great job. The guys did a great job giving me something, and I mean, we know how this race is going to go. It's going to be a lot of bumping and banging, and starting towards the front is going to be key. I feel like if you get in the back, you're going to get a lot of damage and beat your car up, beat your tires up, all those type of things. So hopefully it holds up and we can start near the front and we can manage the race and get through it.
Thanks, Joey.
Thanks.
Well, I think that what that tells
Right, go on, Joe. Finally, we've got it back.
this is what Joey Logano said, and being out of breath. This may look like
Logano has to feel pretty good with the lap time he got in. Right now, we're still coming up to speed for everyone. Ryan Preece is moving up the chart. He is up to 6th fastest, with LaJoy up to 8th fastest. So times are starting to come down, but not yet to the level of Joey Logano's 13.2.
And that's really the problem, isn't it, as well, Adam? Because if it does stick and Logano takes it, there's a question that the man who first won this event back in 21 could do it again. Or 22 could do it again.
Well, he sure can. Joey Logano, I think, has a really good shot to win tonight. So, of course, he's also a past NASCAR Cup Series champion. So he knows how to get it done.
It's like it's calming down a minute as well. I don't know if it needs a gentle kick or it's the stream itself, because we never had one issue during the Rolex 24, and that was on the same thing. And I think it's just Fox Sports 1 having a bit of an issue on our connection. It happens. Maybe we'll have to get something else sorted for Daytona as a backup. 51 coming through with Justin Haley as well, the 24-year-old. 2019 Daytona July winner, of course. Go on, Joe.
I was going to say, this is the big opportunity for Justin Haley to try to show he made the right move. He is moving up the time chart as well, too. Everyone's starting to move up the time chart. We haven't seen anybody get into the top 5 yet. So right now, if you're in that first group, you're hoping they don't advance too much. But I think that first group, especially Zane Smith, Austin Cindric, they're just a few moments away from being eliminated from the clash.
It's been told in my ears, this is only the 4th stream we've done on JP Motorsports that's transferred over days. So that's quite fun, because it's just become Sunday over here in the UK. It's actually 12:01 a.m. So I'd love to know what they are, because I know Rolex was one. Don't think we covered Le Mans live on this channel. So the others must have been an IndyCar.
Le Mans 22.
I think in Nashville, the rain delayed.
Nashville
a couple years ago we did.
Yeah, Nashville must be one.
Le Mans 22.
Le Mans 22. Yeah. Le Mans 22. That would have done it. So that's something, and it's not even the main race.
Yes, so it's Le Mans 22, Nashville, IndyCar, Rolex 24, and now the 4th is this one.
That's fun. Fun not knowledge that we transfer over days. Depending on the time zone, if you're in GMT in Europe, then you're pretty much right.
Yeah, looking at the times, we're less than 20 seconds. Less than 20 seconds left in this group, and we're not seeing anybody take the pole yet. Justin Haley, 6th fastest, Chastain 5th. It's gonna be really interesting. I think there might be some hope as we just get the red flag for the drivers towards the back, because now we got a couple of teams we're thinking we might be out. It might still be in.
Lots of worries to come into that one as well, especially for Austin Cindric, who, as you say, is 17th fastest. And everyone, actually, Fox just putting it down below Byron as a possibility of a cutoff zone, who has gone 4th fastest, 13.3. So that's Chastain, Haley, Reddick. Wow. That's a lot of problems, because there are a total of 36 cars on the entry list, and only 23 will race. Do the math, that's 13 that won't go through. I believe we're going to go with, I'm going to go with Kevin Harvick, who's put it down mainly around Briscoe's 13.4 as a cut-off time, which is just ahead of Nemechek in 11th place. Not bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We got 36 teams here. Already 18 has hit the track, so we're going to have another 18. So right now, I'm thinking too, Briscoe, Williams, or the cutoff zone, you gotta hope that more teams do not post faster laps.
Good night, Egan Smith.
Thank you to my Monster Energy 54 team. I appreciate it, and our new XSE Camry is driving really good. So we appreciate all the work back at Toyota, back at JGR. Joey just got us by a little bit, so good job to him. We'll let him have that, and we'll keep going. I think we have a really good car, so I'm glad that we're in, and we'll hopefully go race for a win.
Any predictions where that's going to hold up? You think it's going to stay right up there for the front row?
I don't know, man. We were just talking, and you said top 7, so I think you're being a little negative. So I'm just joking.
Way too early in the year for me to be this negative, Mike.
All right, here we go with Group 2B.
Ty Gibbs, definitely always a character to give us that and give us the entertainment that we want as we come through. There's Kyle Larson. Is he going to do it? Coming in hot as well. Brad Keselowski. I'm a fan of his, just going to say. Got to remain neutral. It's hard coming to it from a fan point of view, but he is good. Go on, Jeff.
This is a group to watch. I think you got Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Keselowski. These are some hard hitters. I think Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson. Those are the 3 I'm looking at to go faster in Logano. It's a matter of how much faster. Are we looking at the 13.2 still, or getting down to the 12s?
On board with Kyle Busch. So he had a radio not coming through. Logano, Gibbs still in that session. It's Alex Bowman in this group who's gone up into 3rd position, a 13.266. Larson, Hamlin goes up into 6th position. So, nearly into the wall there for Kyle Busch. Gets a little bit brushed into the wall. I'm going to have those puns ready all year long.
This track is so hard. You gotta. Oh, we just saw Hamlin 13.237 on the pole.
So that's not a
58.
surprise. Not a surprise.
We knew he was fast in the practice sessions. We got a minute 50 left in the session left. So this is the group I think everyone was watching for. It's going to be a matter of can Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson get up there. If you're in that first group, it's looking glimmer the chances of getting in as you're 17th and lower. Cindric and Smith, they're already looking at the outside.
Absolutely loving this one as well, because looking at that, we've got Kyle Busch just up into 5th position. Now they've put, look at that, Brad Keselowski's only 21st. It's put Jones down 22nd, Cindric and Smith battling over the last position at the moment, so that's going to be a worry for Brad Keselowski to come back into it. Corey LeJour down in 13th. One more with Martin Truex Jr. though, Adam, and he, the winner last year, needs to impress. Don't think he's actually set a time yet on the board. I can't see him on the timing monitor. He's done in 15th place.
It's not the way he wanted to start his 2024. I want to actually talk about a driver who is making the transition from racing down under to over here in America, not Shane Van Gisbergen. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does in his first full year in NASCAR. He's running in 7 Cup races at College Racing. And I'll start this with you, Joe. Can SVG win? I know I said this question on the Grid Network, in the chat. Or we'll say, do you really think SVG can win on an oval? Not now, but once we get later on in the year when he has some experience.
Xfinity Series potentially. Cup Series I would not bank on it. We just got the red flag on this group. Denny Hamlin up front. Truex still back towards the 15th, and Keselowski's in trouble. I think Keselowski is now in the clash this year with his rough time, but that's the thing. You gotta come out fast, strong. Everyone's tossing this last minute situation of we're racing tonight. Get ready. He missed the mark, and that's gonna be a bummer. This will be a huge bummer for that group because they were thinking strong run in the last year, especially with Chris Buescher, the teammate. Keselowski misses this. I think this will be correct me if I'm wrong, is this be the second time he missed the Busch Light Clash here in
I
LA?
do believe you're right, Joe. Oh yeah, Joe. I actually got an idea for you. When the Xfinity Series goes to Portland now, you should find a way to, when SVG won the grid ranking in 2022, you should have a plaque made, for SVG and present it to him, so he knows about, about the grid ranking.
Makes
I'm
sense.
looking up at from the 2022 Busch Light Clash. Brad Keselowski did miss that year, so if Brad Keselowski misses this year, 2 out of 3, that is hugely disappointing.
That's not
And
good.
he has Castrol sponsorship on the car this weekend. Castrol debuting their new logo, new font, or their products now.
Not a fan. Not a fan. I mean, I wanted to decorate the commentary box with that. I saw a lovely old Castrol oil drum. And I don't know, it's just not fair anymore, is it? They've changed the logo. Not really a fan of it. It's like when Pepsi changed and Dr. Pepper and all that lot. Going to take some time to get used to. Formula One, though, I think was the biggest change of all. They went from a nice classical logo to, well, that. Still not a fan of it. Right, red flags out then at the moment. It's Denny Hamlin who's top on a 13.139. As you see on your timing screen, Eric Jones is the last in, Austin Cindric 23rd, but a few more drivers still waiting to go out. That's the thing I've got to get used to. They come back from an ad break and they immediately go to another ad break as well. All fun. I'm not liking the... Tell you what though, we watch a lot of American television here in this house via American channels because, unofficially you get everything on the streams and everything. And I'm always surprised about the American ads because they are so... Josh T, can you come in on this one as well? Aren't they so different to British adverts? Like, we're just seeing Chipotle on the screen. It's vastly different. Is he there?
I mean, yeah, in the UK, you have a gorilla playing the drums. What can you say? Yeah, definitely a lot different to the US ads.
Yeah, you don't have the fast speaking at the end of every sentence either because you don't have to do that. Although we were watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and Joe, I'll let you know this, I think I texted you at the time, we were laughing at the adverts because they were explaining every single possible side effect at the end of it. Why is that? And I've never asked that question. We've got a bit of a break. So why do they explain everything?
Yeah. So, I believe it was in the late 90s, the U.S. government allowed the pharmaceutical ads for products. But you have to explain all the possible side effects. So it started with like an allergy medication. Then they'll explain the side effects of, if you could nausea, upset stomach, blah, 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 blah. And now it's something solely in the United States. You don't see this in the other countries where you'll still see ads for allergy medication, Viagra ads, all sorts of various ads. And legally, they have to tell you the side effects that you could get. I remember there was one where it had a cartoon bumblebee. Adam might remember this. And it was about some product, some pill. And there were like possible side effects to nausea, vomiting, blah, 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 and death. And no joke, the cartoon bumblebee goes, "It's a wise choice." And it's like, you just said death was a side effect. I don't know if it's a wise choice for us.
What on earth?
Yeah, I remember that, Joe. I remember that. Yeah, it's... Yeah, I can say it's got... I've seen some UK ads as well, and they're completely different from what we get over here. So, but, it is what it is.
I love it. I can't wait. I tell you what, one of these days, you know how as we go green for Group 3, Daniel Suarez, Noah Gregson, Daniel Hemrick, Todd Gillihan as well coming in, Harrison Burton and Kaz Corrala as well heading out there. I will get better as we go along with things like this. But we must do a watch along if we can. A special video where we have the Americans watch British adverts and the Brits watch American adverts and see their reactions. I think that'd be quite fun to do. Because I keep seeing like all the foods, the differences as well. I mean, it's always something I want to do, is like special features during Grand Prix and that lot. I think this year actually, me and Megan are doing a couple of, like we go to Bahrain, we'll have a Bahrain national dish, that sort of thing, and we cook it as well and turn it into a feature. So there's a lot more planned this year for Formula One. That'll be quite good. How long until we get Gunter Steiner coming in as team as a commentator?
Formula One, a little bit of way around the corner. Next group's out. So far, we're not exactly seeing the times pick up that much, but they're still early on. They're starting to run out a little bit of time. I'm wondering if maybe we just seen a shift in the weather there. They're locking up the tires a lot, this group.
Yeah, it's got darker at the top of the screen there on the camera, so there was a little bit of chance of rain this afternoon. It was less of a risk to do it today than it would be tomorrow, so I hope it's not raining. But if we do go to a little bit of rain, if it's damp, we have the wet tyres, the intermediates, that we can use. Can't use it at big ovals and super speedways. It's only for short tracks and road courses, the wet tyre setup. We saw it debuted last year, didn't we, actually, for the first time on a oval. Oops, a little bit of a slow there. Coming out for Noah Gragson, coming out of 2, and he's now blocking the 31 of Daniel Hamrick. Danny Hamrick coming through there.
A tough break for Daniel Hamrick to be right behind us. That essentially ruined his lap, and as you can see, Gregson's only 21st, so this group is not picking it up. We got only 1:40 to go.
Dissimulate says, SVG Oval win this year? No, he says. And behind the mic, which is Matthew, and says, hello everyone. So glad to see JPM getting in on NASCAR. Yeah, I'm standing in the commentary box more nervous than ever. Just make sure not. This is what the Busch Light's for, just getting things wrong. Going, we'll do better next time and get ready for Daytona. It's the shakedown. But nice to see you again, Matthew. Look at that. Dillon's in trouble. Austin Dillon's gone down to 23rd position.
Austin Dillon's not looking good, and of course he missed the playoffs, so he's gonna be out. Everyone below Austin Dillon is essentially out of this.
My pick a winner's done.
Wrexham moving up to 15th.
Can I change my pick a winner? Is it too late? I wish I don't know. Did I pick? Was it Austin Dillon or Austin Cindric?
Unfortunately, this is sort of the race to start. To start everything, so it's a bummer deal for a lot of folks. Just the way the unique circumstances of this weather has worked out. So
yeah, we did.
Suarez, 23rd.
Good from Suarez. He puts himself right in the bubble. Brad Keselowski's watching on, looking very nervous. Where is he? Brad's out of. No, he's 13th at the moment on the timer screen. Is Brad Keselowski, so he's still in it at the moment. 13.388. 15 seconds left before we head to the yellow. Nobody in this group has improved inside the top 15 until Gregson goes up there. 13.433. Gillihan goes up there 14th. 13.429. Red flag's out though. So that's it. Red and black, you're done. 14th, that's it. No one improving ahead of Keselowski. He breathes a sigh of relief.
He's in. Oh. That means we got, I believe, 6 left. The final group. This should be 3B.
Yep, and that.
So it's really going to come down to what 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So from 17th, LaJoy on down, get on the bubble.
Jamie's got Brad
there in qualifying.
I don't know. I just drove it as hard as I could drive it, Jamie. Picked up a little bit of speed. With our cash forward, made a little adjustments to it, spun the tires all the way down the straightaway on the last lap, and got in. I don't know, but I'll take it.
I know everybody had been talking about that, how you guys hadn't made it in. So how much of a relief is it? All this effort to come all the way out west, and now you get to make it.
Well, it's good to be in the show, but I don't want to just be in the show. We want to compete for the win, and we need to find just a little bit more to be able to do that. The Gibbs cars look absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to take the few minutes we have here, Jamie, and see if we can't find a little bit more so we can have a shot to win it.
Well done. That's Brad Keselowski.
Well, he's very much relieved. Final 6 coming in, and they're out on the track, and that's going to be Josh Berry, Chris Buescher, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, and Christopher Bell heading out there on the track. Final run then. It's going to get nerve-wracking
3 minutes
now.
to get into the Busch like Clash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This marks Jamie Little's 25th year covering motorsports. So what she's done is simply incredible. Jamie Little's also a mom, so she does a lot of traveling, across the country each and every year when it comes to motorsports.
One thing I love about this sport, you can bring the family along when it's not sport, or when it's not school or anything like that. On the big races, you can bring them along. Weekend racing as well. Wish it could be done in Formula One like that. It's what NASCAR, giant family, travelling around the world as well. 3 minutes to go then. Hamlin, Logano, Gibbs, Bowman, Busch, top 5. They're not going to improve. Don't know, Joe. Just got this feeling that we're missing something from this one. And can Josh Berry get in?
This is the thing, though. Looking at the time remaining, we're coming down to about 2:30. We're slowly improving. It's going to be those late laps where the tire pressures come in. But right now, Carson Hocevar, Josh Williams, they are the last two in the last row. They might make it, depending on what happens. But, Blaney in this group, he's going to automatically be in regardless.
Oh, Elliott hits the inside of the 17 at turn 4, pushes him out of the way. And Chris Buescher are going to lose out on that lap time. But Elliott's not going to improve either, so just straight up there on the inside. That's already getting a bit risky. On his locked up now on his second run.
Currently 26. Can you imagine if Chase does not make the Busch like Clash? I mean, we're coming down to less than 2 minutes to go to try to get in.
This is the big one. Remember, the cutoff is at 22. Then it's the highest point scorer from last year that gets put in 23rd position. This replaces the heat races that should have been happening in around about 40 minutes time. Sorry, in 40 minutes time, we go racing for the Clash at the Coliseum, sponsored by Busch Light. 90 seconds left. Blaney's on it. He's done in 33rd place. What has happened?
33rd. He could be taking it easy, just trying to get some laps logged. Because remember, if he doesn't get in through qualifying, he's automatically in through the provisional. So he has nothing to lose.
So we'll keep an eye on. This is so... Oh, that's true. It's actually true. He did race. He's won the championship, so he's already through. As you said, got to remember that one.
Oh, 35th.
Oh!
It's a minute to go.
Look at Bell. Really struggling out there. Stenhouse Jr. goes 20th. Elliott's 14th. So
he's getting up. So that means Hocevar is out.
Yep. Williams too.
is out, so Briscoe's on the bubble.
Berry's in 29th. He's not improved. Hendrick's down in 30th. Blaney 25th. Wow. This is going to get very, very dangerous right now. So he's on the provisional, so he will go through. Hard to keep an eye out where he is. It's, remember, whoever scored highest points last year goes through. If you're outside that 22nd position, 23rd down, highest point gets you in. Cross the line.
We're not going to make it. We're down to the last 20 seconds and less.
Berry, 25th. He's not made it. I thought he might. He hasn't. Buescher, right at the back of Bell. Red flag.
Red flag.
So that is Bell 33rd, Buescher 30th.
They are out. Briscoe survives.
Yep.
Wow.
The track did not improve for the last group.
So Blaney's through. So is Chase Briscoe. He's gone through as well, I believe, on the monitor. Unless that's just an advertising book that we're going through. So we're just trying to work out. Yeah. 22 takes us down to Briscoe. And Josh Williams was 23rd. He missed out by 1,000th of a second. Take a look at the full monitor. 1,000th he missed out on. in the end in between. So who loses? It's Ryan Blaney going through. Wow. That's
some big names. Daniel Suarez, he is out. That's a tough break for Trackhouse Racing. Austin Dillon, he is out. Eric Jones, Chris Buescher, who was in the playoffs last year. Christopher Bell, who was in the Final Four, he is out. Some big names out of the Busch Light Clash.
Adam, your take.
What a race we're going to see tonight at the LA Coliseum, and I am shocked that I'm shocked about Chris Buescher and Christopher Bell. I truly thought those two would get in, but there's always, I mean, there's no points on the line here, so at least they can get refreshed and ready for Daytona.
We're going to wait and we're going to see. Josh T, what's your reaction to the Busch Light Clash entry list? Anything happening on pole?
Marker O'Doom time for the for the spotter guide, but yeah, it should be a good race coming up in just
35
around
minutes.
35 minutes. Yep, 36 minutes to be exact, or to be even more exact, I can't be bothered to get the seconds up. Anyway,
35 minutes and 20 seconds exactly. There you go, did it for you. Because it does happen on 40. Bell and Buescher are the ones. Shock misses for me, says Dissimulate on the monitor as well. Definitely a big shock. Joe, don't know what you want to do. Don't want to, it's the Busch Clash. What are your plans? What do you want to do?
Oh, I think I'll go ahead and log off. It seems like you, Adam, and Josh have control of it, but definitely it was fun to watch the qualifying as we're seeing the lineup. Blaney, of course, in Briscoe, Nemechek, and the big names out: Suarez, Dillon, Austin Dillon, Chris Buescher, Austin Cindric, Christopher Bell. I think it's going to be an interesting race. I was looking at the weather. It did cool off. Traditionally, that means more grip, but because this is a brand new surface, just did not work out for the group in the last group.
Joe, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow for the wrap-up show, now a day early, which is great for everybody. So take care and enjoy the Clash.
Thank you all. You all enjoyed the Clash.
Thank you, Joe. And Josh T will come to the box, and we'll hand over to Fox as we build up our coverage.
Row 22. How about John Hunter Nemechek, first drive for the 42, first run for that team with Toyota. They made the show. And Chase Briscoe just eked his way in. And here are some of the notables. Wow. That failed to qualify. Now, the heartbreak kid today is Josh Williams. He's the white and blue car. Watch what happens here.
Just look how close it is. Obviously got a huge run there, thinking everything's fine. Rolls through 3 and 4. Briscoe just a little bit better, inches him out. Oh my gosh, heartbreaker for Josh Williams. Best day ever for Briscoe.
It was that close. And he was almost a Cinderella story, but the glass slipper broke at the last moment. So how's your first hour of Fox? Just kind of like business as usual, right?
My first day has been a whirlwind, I tell you that for sure. But I'm shocked. I would have never have bet that Christopher Bell would have been one of the cars on that list going home as fast as those Gibbs cars are. What do you think?
Well, made a decision there. I think the scuffed tires obviously didn't work out. You saw last year's champion Ryan Blaney did the same thing, just did not work out. I really thought that they were going to push that line down, and that bubble scenario was going to be more problematic. But nonetheless, love what I see. You got some good company up front, and you got some guys coming from the back. You know what that means. Elbows up, baby.
Now, we're going to run the Clash tonight, not tomorrow as scheduled. It's coming up here shortly, and Jamie Little's with the pole sitter.
And that would be Denny Hamlin, a 3-time winner of the Clash, but he hasn't won here at the Coliseum, so she looked pretty good. What'd you think overall for 150 laps coming up here?
Yeah, I've been pretty happy with the Sport Clips Toyota so far. It's just, we've only had little short runs here and there, but you never know with the Clash, and certainly with the lesser field amount, I think the strong cars can really show, and I think Chris and the team did a great job preparing a great car for me and just driving it all we can.
All right, keep your eye on the 11 car. They're going to be tough tonight, Mike.
A Toyota Ford front row with Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano, winner of the first clash at the Coliseum.
I think boys are in trouble with that 11 car.
I think you're right, Clint. Clint, I got to give you credit. You saw that right early in the show, and that 11 car of Denny Hamlin is strong.
But just like we saw last year, he can get moved out of the way, and your day can go from good to horrible in one corner.
Do you think somebody's going to move people out of the way tonight?
That's exactly what I think is going to happen.
I think you're right.
So, threatening weather coming tomorrow. The whole schedule has been accelerated into today. NASCAR race day is next, and we'll be back in 30 minutes to bring you the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum. So keep it right here on FS1.
And you can stay with us right here on JB Motorsports as well. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but a little bit of a channel rename as well. We're now officially JB Motorsports. I just got bored of having it as Joshua Butch Motorsport Journalist when it was just getting too long. And we've had a little bit of a... we've got our new logo for 24 on the board as well, so all socials doing it. And we put out the short about the Haas on TikTok the other day on JB Motorsport TikTok. Over 2,000 viewers in the first 30 minutes. So that was very, very exciting. My phone was blowing up like mad. Josh T has stepped up from the pit lane to the com box. Welcome up, Josh. Delighted to have you here. Turns out for race day, because I know you wouldn't be able to do tomorrow with you having education first thing in the morning.
I would have been here, but
you would have.
Yeah. Yes, I would have been here. I already planned my sleep to be 6 p.m. to midnight.
Oh, fair dues. So we would have had you here anyway. So that's even better. So
Yeah.
because you've ruined my line, because I was going to say perfect timing that it's all in one day.
Well, 2 days for us, but 1 day in America. Good to see that they showed the shuttle, which was put up a couple of days ago, which I actually watched that being put up. I believe it's in Shuttle Endeavour, I want to say, that's in...
I think so, yeah.
Let me just confirm that.
Oh, yeah, well, Josh T's checking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Space Shuttle Endeavour.
I thought you might go checking. We've got the grid alongside as well. It'll go down to 22 plus 1, so Josh Williams won't qualify, because after that it's whoever's next fastest. So just take it from 22 onwards, and then we'll have everybody. If every time there's a caution that comes out. Now, there will be a concert at the halfway stage of this race. We can't show that, obviously, due to copyright, YouTube, Twitch laws and everything. So we're going to be talking to USON at that point, when they hopefully have already hopped on for their coverage this evening. We're taking the first half of it going through as well. I need to put my glasses back on to see the YouTube chat right now and take over. I actually didn't expect Gregson to make it in, or Corey LeJour. They did, says to simulate. This Lauer says, Bell usually cooks in qualifying, so I'm surprised he's out. Anyway, have fun with your first ever NASCAR race. 75 laps in, MGK will play. Yeah, so that's the halfway distance. It's not my first NASCAR race commentary. I have done 5 races in the pit lane for USRN. I've done a co-com at the Daytona 500. And then I've covered 2 races on my own. In 2022, me and Joe Samaniego covered, I believe, Nashville and their race there, which got rained. And me and Joe were talking for around about what felt like an eternity. I think it was a 4-hour red flag. I went to the commentary box at 9 p.m. when I left it at 5 a.m. That's how bad it was. And then me and Josh T on a Monday last, I believe, May, maybe June, we covered a race as well. I believe at Kansas, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then I believe it was Martinsville, and then I did Chicago last year.
Yeah, because
on USRN.
I know that last year I was on the call with USRN with you, Josh, for the Daytona 500.
We were, and we'll be doing that again, not with USRN.
Yeah.
USRN, get the
It's
run.
got, yeah.
Right.
It's called,
Time for Fox and race day build-up prep. We weren't going to show this. We were going to come on here 15 minutes later, but We're throughout the day here, so let's hand over to Fox's coverage.
The biggest in the whole world. And so when you come here, you know it's going to be a big deal. And by the way, they make you race on the littlest track to go get that trophy. Every driver here wants to put their name on that trophy. That's all it's about. It's going to be a big night.
Joey Logano won the first one here, right? Had a championship season. Martin Truex changed his career when he won. He continued to race and thought about retiring. Who are you keeping an eye on tonight?
Well, obviously, Denny Hamlin just said on the pole he was really strong on the short run. How will that apply tonight, though? Will we have a lot of cautions where you just simply need a car that'll go fast 10, 12 laps? Or does it get where you have the longer run? And in that case, William Byron seemed to have the fastest car. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
The weather is good to go tonight. Our reporters are on the scene for all the action here. So let's check in first with Jamie Little.
Hello, Chris. Yes, the talk has been all about the weather for the last few days. Everybody worried if we would get to race or not, but unprecedented fashion by NASCAR. We are racing tonight. So I've been asking the crew chiefs, what does that mean for you? And they said, well, now that it's an impound race, we can only make minimal changes. But I talked to Paul Wolf, the crew chief for Joey Logano, and he said, when you unload as fast as we are, life is good. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment, maybe a couple more tweaks, but their car is good to go. And for others, though, that aren't so good, they're a little bit stressed right now, but the morale in the garage is very high. Everybody's excited. The off season is over. We're going racing for the Clash tonight. Regan Smith.
Well, Jamie, you talked about us doing something we have never done before, unprecedented to move the race like we did today, and it was quite the scene in the garage earlier today. About 12:30, only 4 hours ago, NASCAR gathered all the teams, the crew chiefs and the team representatives, gathered them behind their hauler and began telling them how this day was going to go, what it would look like. And I'm going to tell you right now, every cell phone in the room was in hands. They were texting everybody, crew chiefs texting their car chiefs, telling them exactly what was taking place, and then the scramble was on to get things ready so they could get out there and get the practice sessions done and get ready for it. That was normal. The practice sessions were exactly what they expected, but now we enter into the phase of the day where everything is different than what was expected. We are going straight into the Clash, and you'll see behind me there's a lot of cars missing. Unfortunately, 13 cars just got wheeled out of Bill Robertson Boulevard over here. They are done for the night. The rest of these guys, they're getting ready to race in a little bit, Chris.
Yes, thank you. Bill Robertson better look out. Yeah, the 2012 champ, right, Brad? Keselowski, a little drama for him to get into his first L.A. Clash in a Mustang Dark Horse, and that is the case. How about who was left out, as we just heard Regan mention some of the drivers, because we had 36 trying, 23 are in.
What about Christopher Bell? I mean, no one saw that coming. He was so fast in practice. And Daniel Suarez, he's been looking so much forward to this event. He loves racing in L.A., this big market for Daniel. He's not going to get to do that tonight, so that's sad.
All right, Michael, we also have a few others that we'll get to as we discuss this. We have cameras everywhere here at the Coliseum. We have all the action covered. Coming up, Kevin Harvick will be joining us, part of our Fox broadcast crew, as he steps out of the car and into broadcast, along with Clint Boyer. Here's what else is coming up as we are live. We're going to pull this off tonight. Stay with us. FS1 Racing all night from the Coliseum. Here's what's around the turn.
Around the turn on NASCAR Race Day, the boys are back in town. Chris, Clint, and Kevin take LA. And you won't want to miss this. Denny Hamlin shares why the stakes have never been higher as he goes one-on-one with our Michael Waltrip. NASCAR's biggest stars are out. All of this just around the turn on NASCAR Race Day.
Yeah, and that's coming up shortly as well. All the action here in our build-up to the Clash at the Coliseum, our first ever broadcast of NASCAR here on JB Motorsports, and it really is a baptism of fire. Everything that could change has changed. We are racing a day early than expected, all because of the rain that's coming in. I like this decision personally. Because it means that we're not filling a rain delay. We're just filling 20 minutes, which I think is a fair deal in terms of everything going in. Josh T, coming to you, though. You've been watching NASCAR for a couple of seasons now, and I've got straight into it as well. You've been in the comms box more than me, so I think you're definitely more qualified to talk us through. What are you looking forward to when we get to Daytona in a couple of weeks?
Chaos. The Daytona 500 is always an amazing weekend, from the Thursday to the Sunday, with all of the duels, all of the support races. It is just an amazing atmosphere, and I cannot wait to go one day if we get the chance. for the Daytona 500 weekend. Unfortunately, it was out of our reach this year, but next year it might not be. So we will have to see on that. But yeah, the Daytona is going to be absolutely amazing.
Coming up soon, Adam, as well, the Great American Race. I can't wait to see it. What are you expecting when we get there in a couple of weeks' time? Because we're qualifying next week, then we go to practice, then we race, of course, two duels to officially set everything, and then we go racing on Feb 18th.
I'll agree with what Josh T said. After watching for over 30 years, you never know what to expect at the Daytona 500. We've seen first-time winners. We've seen crazy wrecks. We've seen last lap finishes. We've seen cars going into jet dryers. It took Dillon, our senior, 20 attempts, and then he finally won the Daytona 500. He's one and only. So, no one knows what to expect when we get to Daytona, and I am personally looking forward to covering the race one more time. You were mentioning families earlier, Josh. I can say when I was growing up, living in New Hampshire before moving to North Carolina. Me, my mom, and my dad, we used to go to New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loud, New Hampshire a lot. So it was nice to go as a family. So actually families, here at the Clash of the Coliseum tonight.
It sounds fantastic as well. Let's get back over and see how Kevin Harvick's having his first day at work.
Perfect. Thanks, Judy. Oh, they want to know if you think SVG will turn out to be more than just a road course ringer. The only trophy Chase Elliott won was most popular driver. Danny Hamlin's still looking for that championship, but he did get engaged, so at least one person in that family has a ring. Okay, watch your step, and we're just in here. We're going. Okay. Oh, Eric Almirola is retired now, so now Noah Gregson's in the 10, John Hunter Nemechek is in the 42, and Josh Berry's... Right. You got it. Welcome to your new office. Kind of looks like your old office, but whoop, that's TV magic. None of this is real. So you're gonna want to get used to that. Okay, you look great. You ready?
I'm ready.
That's how Kevin Harvick was greeted at the office.
She's awesome.
Yes.
I feel like that's how my whole day has gone. It's been since we went to the office, and now here we are with the same chaotic routine. But the good news is, as you used to tell me, we'll have the same amount of wins for the rest of our career.
Oh, good line. Yeah. That's right.
You used to tell me that all the time.
Yes, he's happy Harvick, Clint Boyer, of course, and you heard him earlier, obviously setting this up. But this isn't usually how it goes. We don't rush everything into one day. I thought we'd do that just to test you, to see how you can handle things. and Clint, we threw him in at Fox. We do things a little differently. You got him out on a football field for a little bit of fun.
Oh, my gosh. It's so much fun. We had
Let's take a look.
Yes. Mark Sanchez, Miller Moss. We had a blast, and somebody won, Kevin.
Really?
I don't.
I want to see. Let me see how it was here. All right, we'll tell you. It was here at the Coliseum where the USC Trojans won.
Welcome to the Fox NASCAR NFL College Football Crossover Challenge. We're right here in the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Clint, why don't you tell us what we're going to do? It's a punt, pass, and kick.
Punt first. You're going to have to punt it. You're going to pass it, which you two cannot pass.
Quarterbacks
by the way.
can't pass.
That is cheating, is what that would be called. And we all know that you like to do that. So, this is a competition, Harv, and you're going down. Look at the athletic ability in this team.
I think it's more the socks than anything.
These are nice, skinny ankles. That's what I look for.
What do you want to start with?
I think Harvick's got to throw first. Camera's ready.
You ready? All right.
I mean, how far in the backfield are you going here?
Watch this.
Oh! Yes, sir. And spinning. Uh-oh, John.
There we go.
I might be in trouble here.
I might be in trouble here.
Who's our throw? Let's go, baby. It's close.
I think the wind got it.
No, I think we got him.
Had a gust, right?
I think we got it.
Yeah. Okay, we're in it, baby.
Yeah, we're close.
There we go.
I think punt next.
Let's punt.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
punt
gonna
next.
punt. You punt first. Punt. Okay, right. This is a shoot. God bless.
Have you guys ever punted?
I'll let you know after this.
Oh, I love it.
It's minus for hitting the truck, though.
Miller, that 41-yard punt. Let's go.
That's not bad.
Don't hit the track.
Yes.
So wait a minute, just for confirmation, we're ahead, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Hey, that was pretty good. You can toe kick it if you want. Yeah, there you go. You look good. Yeah. Go off, man. Oh!
That was pretty good.
That was great. That would have made an extra point. That was awesome. Dude, that was good. For nothing.
What was that?
This is the first time I've ever been awesome.
I would agree.
By the way, that was awesome.
It was great. I did not expect that. I did not expect that.
Good job. It was a lot of fun beating you, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you.
It was so much fun. You guys did get one victory, but what was the final tally?
112 to 85, 86. So it was close.
It was close.
It was pretty close.
We won.
Guys, this is the closest thing I have to a Lombardi trophy, and I'm going to really cherish this.
Thank you guys for being a part of this. Thanks letting us come into your house.
Yeah.
Huh? Good luck.
Enjoyed it. That's basketball.
Good game.
Yeah. You guys hang here. We're going to the after party. Let's go.
Is there any way you can give that to Clint? He doesn't have very many.
Well, you guys got some skill beyond.
Let's not get carried away.
So, Kevin, see my trophy?
I see it. Yeah.
Hey, this is good, though. A Chiefs fan, and you're 49, you're a California guy, Bakersfield, so you got to root for the Niners, right, on the Super Bowl?
Well, here's the problem with the Super Bowl coming up. If the Chiefs win, we will never hear the end of it in Daytona. So I'm rooting for the 49ers just because of the fact I don't want to hear him brag all week. I mean, he bragged over a $2 trophy.
It matters to him.
It's a win, Kevin. It's our first competition.
Don't forget the week after
and
the
that was
Super
a win.
Bowl on Fox, the Daytona 500. You guys will be there. We're glad to have you in the booth all these years. We've loved your candor and got to enjoy some of that a little bit earlier. So give me some thoughts on talking about Super Bowl who you're rooting for. How about guys to watch tonight based on what you've seen so far since everything's been accelerated a little bit?
Well, I think Denny Hamlin's going to be hard to beat. He qualified well. His car looked really good in practice. Lap after lap after lap, and now he has the track position to go with that. But we heard him say it in his interview after qualifying, with 23 cars this year, that's less cars than we had last year. So you're going to have a little more room for those cars to spread out and the good cars to really take advantage of their handling and long run speed.
Well, obviously with a condensed schedule, right, we had to get rid of the heat races, so it really put the pressure on these guys for that qualifying lap. Had some guys make a gamble there, try to put on scuffed tires, keep those things on there, did not pay off. Blaney, last year's champion, Ryan Blaney, he did not make it on speed, used that provisional. Guess who that knocked out? Chris Bell. He needed that provisional that Blaney used. He's out. He's going to the house.
Austin Dillon won, who didn't make it.
Another good one.
Brad Keselowski, kind of a dramatic race to get in, a chance to win his first LA Clash.
Well, when you look at Brad, we had watched his struggles throughout practice, and then here comes that wily old veteran. He laid down the very last lap of the qualifying session to put himself into the race. So Chris Buescher, he struggled, but I think Brad will learn something tonight being in the race and help RFK go forward.
Great to have racing. We're having a lot of it at one time because of the weather, so you're going to see it all on FS1 right here throughout this afternoon and evening. Coming up, Denny Hamlin coming off surgery, chasing that elusive Cup championship at age 43. He'll talk with Michael Waltrip. And in the Clash, the Busch Light Clash this evening, starting ninth, that's Bubba Wallace. He's ready to go, 23-11. That's Jordan's team.
Did you?
Yep, we're getting ready. Less than 13 minutes to go until the green flag flies, and we will be underway for the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum as they come into it. And just quickly, I don't think International's working yet, Josh T. Have you seen anything coming on?
No.
Yeah, no
Let
international
me
feed.
check on the website. Hold on.
I'm having a look, and he says no international, as far as I can tell, which is brilliant. So that's going to be fun. If it comes on, let me know.
Oh, I have got international on Viaplay.com, but not on actual TV skybox.
Hopefully, if Fox are clever, we won't go to commercial during green flag, because we're bound to get a caution, so we can use those there, because it has to be 150 laps at green flag. So we'll play as it goes and see what it's like, and then probably cry and just pray that Daytona comes around quite quickly. Adam, come on then. 12 minutes until the first green of the year for NASCAR. It's not really the first green. Not even the Jules at Daytona will be the first one. The first time we probably go racing is the 500, but I suppose right now the Clash is just a good warm-up.
Yeah, it's a good warm-up. You get all the fans, excited about the year, new drivers, new sponsors. So, yeah, NASCAR fans wait a long time, for the season to get going, and finally here.
So we're just waiting until everything gets ready to go. We're hoping that the scanners are working. I know at the moment they are not. So we'll just pray that they start working soon. So the Clash is today. It is all getting up in the next 10 minutes' time. So we'll be prepping up here in the comms box, and we will be ready to go for the Busch Light Clash. Let's hand back over shortly to Fox, and just clarify, Josh T, there is currently no international on the DD12.
Okay.
I'll hand back over.
Racing is back, and it's the Busch Light Clash, Los Angeles style, from the Memorial Coliseum because of rain the next few days. It's all tonight. 150 green flag laps, 23 of America's best drivers, and he's certainly one of them. 51 career wins. That's the most Cup wins without a championship. He's working on that. As we welcome you back to our set above the track, 43-year-old Denny Hamlin had that shoulder surgery and sat down with Michael Waltrip.
Hey, buddy.
Hey. Oh, hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What's been going on since I saw you? That's crazy.
I got a clipped wing. Problem that I should have fixed years ago and didn't.
Wow, the Clash in the Coliseum, February 4th on Fox. Is this going to be off and you're going to be ready?
I'm going to try, for sure. I'm going to do everything I can. I just need whatever they put in Aaron Rodgers.
Michael Jordan has ventured into ownership in NASCAR, teaming up with driver Denny Hamlin.
You had a vision, you had a dream, and you were going to share it with Michael Jordan. I think the meeting lasted 15 minutes, and he's like...
Looks good to me.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go through the people now.
This is the third season for this organization.
Multiple wins, 2 cars going for a championship.
I think they're ahead of their time frame.
For the folks at home that haven't had the pleasure of knowing Michael Jordan, how cool is he? I mean...
He's only probably the most famous athlete in the world, I believe that we have the same passion and same competitiveness, and that is hopefully what is going to drive this team to be successful in the future, is that you got 2 owners that really want to win.
Denny the driver had another great season. One moment I look back at the 50th win. Only 15 drivers have ever done that.
It's a special moment. Just seeing some of the names that it put me around. Heroes of mine, people that I never envisioned I'd be on the racetrack with, much less have the same accomplishments.
Are you just dying to get it? Obviously, you're gonna not like this part, but guess what I'm gonna say?
The championships are different. I have an idea.
Denny Hamlin, regardless if he wins
Wins
a championship
now
or not,
is
he's going to the
the
NASCAR
main
Hall of Fame.
focus I have, because, man, would I trade my career with a champion with 12, 15 wins? No way.
It'd be really cool to see you get that championship.
I think that if I were to win, I'd be probably considered the worst to ever win a championship. At least I'm the best of something now, or one of the best, and that is to not have won a championship.
Well, it'll be fun to see the celebration, and I look forward to being a part of it one day.
I'll throw a good party, I promise. You should want me to win, because I guarantee you we would have a great time.
Vote for Denny.
Yeah.
Well, he's looking good, so boys looking good so far for the clash tonight. But the bigger prize, and we keep asking about that. He's running out of time, but he's busy now. How much of a distraction do you think that is to be an owner and a driver?
Well, it is a distraction, but if anybody can handle it, Denny's always been the guy for that job, right? He's always, the busier, the dirtier things are around him, the better he is.
Yeah, and some guys just thrive in that chaos, and I think Denny is definitely one of those people, but I can tell you not winning a championship does bother him. You know why? Because he has to answer their questions. He wants to win 60 races and probably could go either way if he doesn't win a championship. But in the end, winning a championship kind of puts a bow on top of everything.
But I mean, seriously, look at all the things, the distractions, the noise that he has around him, right? I mean, we're talking a massive, it isn't just a race team in NASCAR. It's one of the biggest ones. Your partner is Michael Jordan. Tons of pressure and making sure that you make him happy and make him proud. So to be able to do everything he's doing and still click off wins and be in that championship conversation is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and he's ready to roll on the pole tonight in the clash. All right, you guys will head up to the booth with Mike Joy. Have fun. And
it is time.
Yeah,
Chris.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Here we go.
It's great to see. I can't believe it's just been 90 days since the last time we raced, and all of a sudden we're back at it. All right, when we continue live from the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
Yeah, it gives us a moment to get set up here in the comms box as well. A few final changes as well. Don't think we've got an international feed yet at
but by
this
April
time.
30th, and will give you a 3% boost.
And there's adverts coming in as well. But Josh T, starting with you, who do you think is going to win the Busch Light Clash coming up?
Kyle Busch.
Oh, good call. What about you, Adam?
I'm sticking with my pick, going MTJ. Martin Truex Jr. gets the job done for the number 19 Bass Pro Shops. Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Going to be so close to see. It's going to be 150 laps. That will be 150 at green flag. So if we have a caution, we stop and the laps don't count. So it will be a while. It will be a little bit more interesting. But boy, oh boy, is it going to be a lot more fun. We cannot wait to get started here for all of the action. So just sit back, get ready, relax. This is the place to be and the atmosphere you want to hear. The first race of the NASCAR 2024 season is coming up shortly. Let's hand back over. 5 minutes to go and we're getting ourselves ready to reminder that the green flag will be displayed and then we will go. So then, a little bit of a upset, I think, coming into it is that we've got a difference of opinion of how this format is going to work. Are we going to see everybody running out for 23 cars? Are we going to see a good race? Well, we've lost 13, Josh. It's quite a big cut to go racing here.
Yeah, absolutely. Quite a big cut, as you say, around a third of the field. Just over a third of the field, if my maths is mathing today. It is very early time.
Yeah, 23, just over a third. So it's a lot that has been culled, but back over to Fox.
This place might be anything but. It's full of ego, attitude, and ignites the competitor within. So it's no surprise that NASCAR is back for their season premiere. And just like everyone else in this city, these drivers are going to have to fight for the right to be recognized.
Green flag. Here we go, boys.
It's a clash of hopes, dreams, fears, and a triumph for one. Once the stage is set and the lights come up, all that's left to do is shine.
The accelerated clash, the Busch Light Clash to kick off 2024. Let's check in with Regan Smith, who is standing by with Joey Logano.
Well, Joey Logano enjoying the last few minutes before you climb into that 22 car and get ready to start this clash. 22 starting second. Things looking good so far for you.
It's a lot of twos. Hopefully we can turn it into a one. That would be good. Yeah, the Shell Pencil Mustang seems to be pretty fast ball, and the guys did a good job tuning her in. And I'll tell you, it's so risky because you're putting things in the car when you're making all these decisions at home, and you're married to it when you get here. So you're really hoping you make the right decisions there, and they did a good job. And it's way better than it was last year. We kind of struggled here last year, so we're in pretty good shape. And I think I got a car you can win with. The 11's really strong, but you never know. It's a clash.
Good luck tonight. Have fun, Joey. Jamie?
Well, Regan, the good news is Ryan Blaney, the defending series champion, is in the race. You had to do it using that provisional, something you guys aren't used to. How stressful is that? Even though it's not points, it is a big event that you guys want to make.
Yeah, it's a good thing we could lay back on that because, I don't know, it's getting cold out, you know, and the last group, like the last couple groups, they just kept getting slower and slower. The track just had no grip, and luckily we had that provisional we could go back on. But yeah, like you said, we're not really in this position much, right, where you can go home and bring all your stuff out here and try your best, and then, you know, the schedule gets flipped around with the weather, and yeah, it's wild. So, but the, you know, Menard's Great Lakes Flooring Dark Horse Ford Mustang is better than where we qualified, so hopefully we can get up there in the race. It's cool to be back out here again. I applaud NASCAR for taking action and doing it tonight because next few days look terrible for weather, so I applaud them for that, and good job. So hopefully fans come out tonight will enjoy the good show, and looking forward to it.
All right, Ryan Blaney has that final position. He'll start 23rd tonight, Chris.
Thank you, Jamie and Ryan, explaining why we had to accelerate things. There's champ Kyle Larson, his Hendrick Chevrolet, ready to roll as all the drivers are. The Clash, live in a moment.
Yeah, it's taking its time out here at the moment to get all set up, but at least we're going to have the running order coming up, so stay tuned as we lose our TV pictures. Once again, they've been fine for 30 minutes, and as soon as we get ready for the start time, they start going wrong. Don't suppose by some miracle, Josh T, we have the magical international feed?
I am working on it. Well,
if you don't, we can't have it on the screen because it'll mess up with the TV picture. So if it's not on, it doesn't matter. We've got this, but we need a laptop up here in the box. That's another thing we need. I think server 3 worked a little better overall, and we've got the break coming in. Let us know in the Twitch and YouTube chat who you think is going to take victory here today. We want to know. We want to hear from you as well. So get in touch, and Adam, just come over to you quickly. It's 150 green flag laps, as we say. How many cautions do we see?
Oh, poor Josh. I'm going to say...
Be cautious. But go
between 5... I'll say between 5 and 10.
That's a good one. We've got a mandatory break, of course, at half distance, where we'll stop it all and have a concert, because that's what apparently we do at the Clash. But
yeah,
I remember when it used to be good racing for some cash, but never mind. We'll have a concert. We won't be hearing the concert, though, because of copyright rules and regulations. Josh, how many cautions do you think we'll have?
I am going to say 11 to 15.
That's a little bit more than I was expecting, but possibility that you will be correct on that case. We'll see. Getting ready for the start. Let's pass it back over.
Green flag. Gloves are off, boys. Tick, 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 tick.
Cars are out on track.
We are underway. The Clash at the Coliseum is about to get underway. The fireworks can go off and the racing can begin. 2024 is under starters orders for the NASCAR Cup Series. Our exhibition race is about to get underway. Cars out on track. We are running and rolling here, ready to get going. Let's head over to NBC. Fox.
Green flag lap race on this quarter-mile track that is usually a football field for USC, the world-famous LA Coliseum. Michael, we had 36 drivers to start to work their way in. We have 23 that are locked in with Denny Hamlin on the pole.
Yeah, and Joey Logano will line up right beside Denny. It's going to be interesting to see that battle down in turn one. Chris, I am pumped up. This is the LA Coliseum, and we're going to race for that trophy in the Clash. We're going to have some charges from the back, too. Martin Truex Jr. all the way back in 19th. Watch for him. He won a year ago. Watch for him to make a big move.
They've played Super Bowls here, Olympic Games, World Series, and for 3 straight years, NASCAR has run the Clash here. There is the 22 of Joey Logano, a NASCAR champ. Now, you have to be, on the straights you go about 75 miles per hour. It's a unique event before we go to the Daytona 500 coming up. And I want to know how aggressive you can be here as a driver.
It's so interesting. You talk to drivers, you say you got to be overly aggressive, but you got to be precise. You got to be technical. Is that not crazy? You got to do both. It's like a quarterback. Does he dump it off or does he go long?
And who is an aggressive driver, in your opinion, that's a perfect fit? Give me 1 or 2 for this track.
You know, I just love Tyler Reddick. He was fast in practice, and also Ty Gibbs. Those are 2 cars. With 2311, I'd keep my eye on.
And Brad Keselowski a chance, a dramatic race his way in so that he could be in his first LA Clash. Let's head up to the booth. Mike Joy, Clint Boyer, and Kevin Harvick to call it for you.
Thank you, Chris, and hi, everybody. An unprecedented day in NASCAR. They've moved this race up a day because of the pending rain. So, Kevin, are we going to see sparring or a slugfest tonight?
I think you're going to see both. I think when you look at this particular race and this particular car, it gives you the opportunity to be really aggressive. We see scrapes all over the right side of these cars already. We've seen some people bumping and banging already in practice, and we've got good cars in the back, and I think you're going to have to be aggressive to get to the front.
Well, the racetrack itself, tight racing course, there's just no room, Mike. You have to go. And the time is now, right? The leaders are coming. You've got to move this guy out of the way. I love the fact you see somebody holding a line up. Boy, you know it's coming.
We're all set. We're ready to go. And 150 laps of green flag running. That's the place to be. That's the thing to do. Let's take a look then at the starting grid. And here is my joy.
Denny Hamlin won the pole in a Toyota. Joey Logano alongside in a Ford. Rookie of the Year Ty Gibbs in a Toyota. Alex Bowman is the fastest Chevrolet.
Kyle Busch right there in the 3rd row, very strong, as is William Byron on that outside. Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, awesome lap out of him for qualifying. Look for that 1 car to be fast.
Yeah, row 5, we've got Bubba Wallace and last year's pole sitter Justin Haley. Row 6.
Well, we should have, but we've lost TV pictures. Has it completely frozen on us? Yes, it has.
This is Tyler Reddick and Ryan Preece.
Woohoo, well done.
Ryan Preece, I love where he's...
Yeah, right, we've lost it again. I've just finished to come back inside the house as well. I mean...
Like that row 6, these guys who won that...
Oh, have we lost internet?
Comes in...
I don't know if we're on air at the moment. Somebody can let me know.
Blaney. Big names that didn't make this show.
This is the heartbreaker, the one that didn't.
Our internet's been affected. That's why we've lost you.
Not making this.
Apologies to everyone who's trying to watch and listen in. We've got a slight problem. Boys, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Josh.
Okay, that's good news. We've lost things up here in the comms box, so I'll just try and get it back up and listen. But yeah, I just came back into the house. Josh, can you just pop on some audio in the background while I go and fix this?
Hello. Yeah, I can try.
No worries, I've got it.
Okay.
It started. It's behaving itself now. Let's have a listen. Start your engines.
Ready to race in downtown Los Angeles. The Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum. 23 drivers at the ready. Who will hoist the trophy up in the Paris style when it's over?
Doug. Customize and save with Liberty Bibbity. Liberty Busch. Liberty Blibbitu.
Mark that one. That was nice.
I think you're supposed to stand over there.
Oh, am I? Thank you. So a couple more. We'll go quick.
Libru Smeeboo. Libru Breeboo. Limu Beeboo. And me.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Next season on Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
What's happening, Sheriff?
It's a transfer portal. It's out of control.
We're losing our defense! No! Not our starting quarterback! We need him! You can't leave! Our offense revolves around you! Give me your other hand! That's what Dr. Pepper is! It's okay, I understand! Quarterback!
You can't let go of your Dr. Pepper.
Absolutely not.
Quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear as well the adverts coming through. Sorry about that. I have no idea how far we are behind or in front, but we're having numerous, guess what, freezes. It's always the way, isn't it? Josh T, gotta get this fixed for Daytona. It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah. I can just see the cars rolling round the circuit now on their warm-up laps on the international feed.
Yeah, we don't have that. Well done, everybody. No international feed coming up for us on D12, so we're on Fox-only coverage. It was a backup to the Commonwealth Cam. There's the 23 coming through. Didn't read through the entire grid, so I've been running around inside and out, and I have actually damaged my elbow. I whacked it on the... Yeah, so I fell over coming out, so I've really, really hurt my elbow, which is great news. I'm not having a great night. Thanks, NASCAR. Move everything to one day, they say. Make sure it all work, they say. How I hate them already, I say. Denny Hamlin on pole then. Form Joey Logano. It's Ty Gibbs, Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, Bubba Wallace, Justin Hanley, the top 10. Tyler Reddick, Ryan Prius. And then we go through Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Michael McDowell, Todd Gillihan, Noah Gregson, Corey DeJour, Martin Truex Jr., Ricky Stenhouse Jr., John Hunter, Nemechek, Chase Briscoe and Ryan Blaney, the 23 that have qualified for this race. And Adam, we're almost ready for the green flag to fall and get this race underway.
Josh, looking forward to covering NASCAR all year long here at JB Motorsports. And, the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum has hosted a number of things throughout the years. They've hosted the Summer Olympics. They've hosted...
Gonna have to interrupt you. It's Larry Mack.
Back, the further we go, Mike, it's going to be all take and no give.
Oh, thanks.
Got to stop for Mike. We've got to stop for Larry. Has to stop for Larry. Interrupt you there. Go on, Adam.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum has hosted the Summer Olympics. They've had motorcycle supercross here in the past. They've had, among other things, so right now it's currently the home of the University of Southern California college football team. So, yeah, it's nice to see NASCAR finally get going again and all the fans can be happy across the world.
Here we go then, getting ready for the green flag. We've lost TV pictures. They've just come back. Really, really, really frustrated with this because it shouldn't be happening. But we're about to go green here for the Busch Light Clash, and we've lost everything. So the way everything has to go, hey, in order to try and get things done. We've lost everything as well, by the way. No internet, nothing. So I can't even see the TV pictures. We are green flag racing for the Clash in the Coliseum. We're underway. Green flag, and it is go, and it's a good start from Denny Hamlin, but Joey Logano has got the lead as they come round already to complete lap number 2. We missed the green because the TV pictures have gone off. We apologise for that, but we are racing here for 2024, and it's Joey Logano from Denny Hamlin, Ty Gibbs, Alex Bowman in the 4 at the moment going through. Then it's William Byron into positions as well coming through. Finally our TV pictures come back on lap 4, and now we're in and the racing is underway. Good stuff so far. We missed the green. We are racing here. And Adam, it was an interesting one, but Denny Hamlin leads and Joey Logano drops back into third position. Finally, as it stabilizes.
Yeah, Josh, Denny Hamlin is known for running good on the short tracks. He's had numerous wins on the short tracks in his NASCAR career, so see him up front after grabbing the pole earlier.
Oh, and there goes everything else this evening for the best thing. So, Hamlin from Gibbs, Logano, Byron, Bowman in the top 5, Busch, Larson, Prius, Hanley, Chastain has the top 10. Up the inside, the 41 taking the 5. So Prius passing Larson for 7th to the last 2 corners. TV pictures freeze again, trying to have a go at things. We've lost everything, so thank you very much to NASCAR who've decided to completely mess with our systems. We've got nothing up in the box. We've missed the start of the race. And that's the perfect start for NASCAR on this channel. I might not bother. Honestly, it's really frustrating me, this, because it was working. Comes to the race, everything crashes. We're 10 laps in. We've seen nothing so far. Let's cross over to Fox and regroup.
A little bit there. But you got to keep these guys behind you.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see as we go on this long run as to whose car is actually good. We've only had short runs in practice, and, you know, we're going to run the first 15 or 20 laps here, and everybody's car is going to get better. We've got a few less cars than we had last year, so maybe a little less chaos, but at some point so far. And I think he's got one of the better cars. I would tell you that Martin, I would fall into this category too, is not an extremely great qualifier, but he's an extremely great racer, and he is going to get to
him winning the race last year, talking about Truex. You know that those guys leading this race, probably, I bet you those setups a lot like what he ran. So that car is just as good as those, but a lot of cars passed before he can make a name for himself here tonight. Make a name for himself here tonight.
We see the Busch Light bumper cam here on Ross Chastain.
A little bit of bump and run there with Justin Haley. Regan.
Mike, you guys are talking about Martin Truex Jr. Spoke to him right before he got in the race car. Said, what's different from last year to this year? You're not quite as fast. He said, the car's not that bad. It was just really tight in practice. They were trying to adjust to get those front tires to turn. And as you guys mentioned, it's so far so good, up 5 spots at the start of this race.
Look at Martin at work. This track is so small. Look how much wheel he has to turn in that car. He's almost 3/4 of the way around.
Yeah, the drivers are really busy. And I think when
Truex Jr.,
when you talk about Martin and coming through the field, I mean, this track is going to develop for you. See Ryan Blaney here as we run more and more laps. Is it going to be a tight car or a loose car that you want?
And that's the worst part. Once you get moved up, especially when you're holding that line up, like I said at the top of the show.
There you go, Clint.
Now he's going to lose 5, 6, 7. Where's he finally going to get in?
Saw that left front tire on the 14 car lock up and go right into the side of Corey LaJoie's door. But now Corey's out of the groove, and here they come.
A little bit of a change in the rules here, change the gearing. Most of these cars, for the most part, aren't downshifting. That's an aid, right? Helps you slow down. That's why you're seeing a lot more wheel lockups this year versus the other two.
As these guys race and things start to beat and bang, and you see the left front tire, very common lockup here. But as these guys are racing, this is the back, I don't know, 7, 8 cars at the back of the field. But the guy that's right behind them is Denny Hamlin. And I think that's why you're seeing them be so aggressive.
That's exactly why you're seeing them aggressive.
There's the race leader, Denny Hamlin. About a third of a straightaway behind this group that has now gone single file of 7 cars trying to get away from him. 25 laps in. Boy, that happens fast.
I'll tell you what,
my goodness.
Minor their P's and Q's right now. See Chastain, he ain't willing to ride. He's going to try to get him on the outside. You don't see that very often.
Well, you got to make it happen quick, because if you get hung up there, you're going to wind up losing some spots. Jamie?
Our race leader, Denny Hamlin, right now. I talked to his crew chief, Chris Gabehart, earlier, and he said, last year we came here, we felt like we had a car that could win the race, but you know what? That's not good enough. We brought a different setup here. They are lights out. They've been so happy all day long, and right now they're telling him, adjust your brake bias. Kevin, Clint, what exactly are they telling him to do?
Well, you can adjust that brake bias. We see left front lock up. What we're going to do, we're going to put some rear brake in it, try to take some of that pressure off the front.
Yeah, and you want...
So they're going to try and keep it going. We're back up and running. We've lost 30 laps already of this 150 exhibition race. Thanks for sticking with us as well. Really angry, but let's try and make a good thing. Adam, Josh, what have you made of the race start so far? Great stuff from Hamlin. He leads, and actually we're seeing a few more overtakes than we expected.
Yeah, we are. Thanks for what Josh said. Thanks for sticking with us, folks. We really do appreciate it. Paul, sometimes technology is your friend, and sometimes it's not. So we really do appreciate you guys hanging with us. And so far, clean and green.
Yep, stayed green, 190 to go. Hamlin leads, Gibbs, Logano, Byron, Busch, the top 5. And Josh, perfect start. Just utter rubbish. I mean, NASCAR could have done this any other time, but no, they decided then, and everything was having problems with the broadcast as well. Just brilliant. I'm really, really angry. But how did you see it? You actually saw the start. I didn't, because my stream lagged 2 laps later.
Yeah, it's been a good 37 laps on my side. That's just the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek getting lapped, who is now 1 lap down in 22nd. Ryan Blaney up to 21st. It's Hamlin, Gibbs, Logano, Byron, Busch, your top 5. Bowman, Larson, Preece, Haley, and Bubba Wallace, your top 10.
So, Fox have gone to an ad break, so we're not even seeing it. Do you know, I am beyond angry. I'm really considering that's it, you know, already of not covering any more NASCAR, because this is ridiculous. We've got no action. We can't see anything as well. It's all gone. Literally, we didn't see the start because the pictures cut out. Now we have lost a further 8-9 laps or so, because Fox, for some reason, in a 150-lap race, which already done 38, have decided to go on full-screen commercial. I'm done with it. I'm honestly like, we covered it once. That's enough for me. I can't be bothered with this. Hamlin leads by 3/10 to Gibbs, Logano, Byron, Busch, the top 5 here at the Clash. 112 to go, still under green, no yellows as of yet. So Adam, your pick of just having about 5 or 6 of them might actually be the case. No yellows for cars spinning out there just yet.
Not yet, and yeah, we really do apologize for all. We want to say thanks for sticking with us.
Oh, get on with it. Let's forget that. Get on with the analysis, but let's focus on that, because otherwise we're going to be apologising all night for all that. What do you think is going to happen in the race? Because we've got the half distance, bit of a refuel, then going in again for the next 75 laps. At least we will get to see a green.
Yes, Carl. I'm surprised we haven't had a car. I'm really surprised we haven't. It's been clean and green so far. So, but it's still early.
Super slow-mo coming through as well. Yeah, waste more of our time, with the replays coming back in. We've lost 100 to go. Ah, excellent. Right, we've got the officials up and running then. Let's have a look at the all scan. Let's hear something at least from the drivers, shall we? Get something sorted from this evening as they come into it. Hamlin leads to Gibbs, Logano coming into it. Very nicely done, I said, down pit road.
Our Race Hub show, and you picked just Ty Gibbs to win race. I'm telling you, he is hounding on Denny Hamlin.
Well, I know Ty Gibbs fairly well and have got to know him better as he came to the Cup Series. That kid works as hard as anybody in the garage. And when you look at this race car, it was fast last year. But the thing I like about it right now, Clint, is he can enter a little bit higher, and he can turn down so hard in the center of the corner and get up off the exit really strong.
Maneuverability. Yes. That's what it takes to be good, especially when you start getting into this lap traffic. And I think I agree with you. He is maneuvering better. He rolls the center better. He can get straight drives up off.
Oh, man. You see the brake rotors just I'll spit it out. Glowing bright red on Joey Logano's car.
All right, let's get to the other side.
And up the inside, the 54 taking the 11, and then they've got the 7 going straight ahead forward as well. So great stuff from Corey LaJoie to get ahead of Blaney coming on the inside down at 2 and 3. Already Adams in side-by-side action.
And nice to see some battles for the lead here as Ty Gibbs gets around and Denny Hamlin with slight spread himself. Joey Logano trying to take second place away from getting Hammer and Hamlin.
We've got the radio, so we've got the all scan open as well as the night begins to fall in here. Busch on the inside coming through and taking up as well the 22, just kissing the back of the 11. So Logano on the inside. Hamlin taking the outside. You can hear the all scan in the background of our commentary now that the systems have finally decided to play ball. Hamlin stays ahead as well. Lap 53 of 150. Loving the all scan finally working as well, and we've got the official channel open, so as soon as we hear a yellow or anything like that, we'll get to hear it. Josh, everything now smoothed in, but it was fine for 30 minutes, and as always, it goes wrong right at the start. Isn't that just... Oh, it makes me angry. I know it makes you angry as well.
Yeah, good stuff. Coming up to the halfway break, lap 55, new leader.
Oh, on the inside!
Of Ty Gibbs.
And that's Hamlin trying to take
inside.
him. Hamlin, I think, has retaken the lead away from Gibbs. I'm not too sure if that's the case. Coming through,
no,
it's the 54.
Logano is going for a move up to second. He's closing on Hamlin. Can he get it done? We'll have to see.
And now another commercial on the inside as Logano gets a kiss on the outside. He's on the inside. Hamlin staying around the outside. And then Ty Gibbs gets a kiss as well. Lap traffic starting to come into it. That's the 38 of Gilliland who's down in 20th position. Getting a touch on the inside. The 8 of Kyle Busch sends it through. And now starting to fall down the order is Denny Hamlin. Hamlin dropping down about 2-3 places at him. And maybe more because he's got sent out to the outside. Up the inside goes Byron.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin's not looking like what we saw for practice. But there's more cars on the track, and I know we're so far this has been a quick, first segment. I don't think anyone thought it was gonna be this quick, but Ty Gibbs in his second year in the NASCAR Cup Series. Looking strong so far.
So Ty Gibbs leads by 2.5 seconds. Now he's stuck behind lap traffic. He keeps fluctuating. There on the inside, Busch v Logano. And on the outside, that's the 7 car getting lapped to Corey LaJoie. Busch on the inside coming back through. So it's still having the pressure to try and find it. On board with Kyle Busch, currently running up in 3rd, starting back in 5th position. Gibbs still having the front. The only good thing is that didn't happen at the Daytona 500. It's only happened at the Clash at the Coliseum. Still angry, though. Really not happy that it went wrong right at the start. And then literally it glitched. We were coming to the green. Green flag went out, and it glitched to lap 2. I've no idea what happened to the TV pictures. We've changed anyway, and it seems to stabilise now as we get back through. The fastest lappers at the moment, sponsored by Xfinity. Denny Hamlin at 13.38. Ty Gibbs at 13.4, despite having a 2.6 second lead at the front. We are 10 away from the red flag coming out and the mid-race concert. That's how quick it is, the Clash of the Coliseum. Maybe it should be a little bit longer because I remember the first year, Adam, we ran it. We had caution every 5 minutes, and it took us nearly an hour to get to half of it. It's taken us less than 10 minutes at this point to get to the distance. 15 minutes in total.
It's everybody right now is minding their P's and Q's, and that's kind of a good thing. So maybe this will be clean and green the whole way. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, but who knows?
We'll keep an eye on it as it comes into it. 82 to go. So that's 69 of 150, and we can just start breathing now that everything's gone right. Hi to everyone, and a live broadcast on early morning of my 34th birthday, says Christian. Happy birthday to you, Christian. You just brightened up my day already with it being your birthday. We were having a pretty bad yellows out, and that is at lap 70 of the 75, so that is not for competition. What has happened to bring out the yellow? There is Brad Keselowski with a smoking brake, and there's a car in the wall. It's the 38. It's a lap down, and it's Todd Gilliland, who is 22nd overall. And NASCAR throws the yellow on lap 71 of 150. Remember, it is yellow laps do not count, and red flag. Red flag. They've stopped it now.
Now remember, only green flag laps count in this race.
So let's see how he did it then. And he's going to lose on his own. Rears lock up through one. And he's actually whacked the wall. So that needs towing out of position. And with it, red flag. So we're going to have a couple of starts to this race, which is good news. We actually get to call a green flag start ourselves, because it's getting a little annoying. I never got to do that. 80 laps to go, 5 until the break, and the first red flag of the night. Larry Mack.
Jamie Little talked about being told to adjust the brake bias. This is the brake bias knob that the driver can adjust right there. If he cranks a little more front to it, that will help tighten the car up getting in the corner under braking. If it's tight getting in the corner, he can crank some rear. Now when he's turning that knob, it's turning this cable that's running a balance bar between the front master cylinder and the rear master cylinder. It's two completely different brake systems. And Clint and Kevin, trust me, they'll be wearing that brake bias out during this 150-lap race.
They'll be wearing it out, but Clint, look how dark it is in there. I know that all looks good in the shop, and you see that brake bias, or was that just me and not being able to see the numbers?
Boy, you just set me up. I mean, you gave me a softball there. Them glasses come in handy, don't they, there?
Yeah, I had to wear them for a few years.
All right, first caution of the night. Todd Gilliland is out of his car. They'll tow it to the infield so we can resume. We listened in on Joey Logano's radio.
I'm loose off, but I'm a little tight in the center. I don't know which one I need more of. I need both to compete with those guys. Turn, but it's got to be like in the center of the corner. If I turn it to 1/3, I'm loose. So I can't have it there. I need it right here, but then I need drive right here.
Yeah, so as a driver, you split the corner up into thirds. So he's talking about where you turn off the wall and the entry to the corner, that to the end of the first third, you basically just split the corner up into thirds. But he doesn't need it to be looser at the end of that first third. He needs it almost dead center of the corner to just get the car to rotate and get pointing to get up off the corner.
Which is a tall order for those guys.
Yes.
That crew chief's got a difficult situation to do. You make the thing roll better in the center, you're loose in, you loose off.
February 15th on FS1. Catch a Fox Sports original. I am Kevin Harvick. I thought he was Kevin Harvick. You're Kevin Harvick. It's a documentary taking through a legendary career on and off the track, and it airs 10 p.m. Eastern Time, February 15th.
I look mean right there, Clint.
Well, you were most of your career, Kevin. This is different. See, Mike, you didn't see this side of him. He's much more happy, much more relaxed up here watching this race. You didn't seem very happy last year when we were here.
Well, I know when I get done with this particular show here, I can take these headphones off and sit on the counter, and it didn't matter how fast my car ran today. That felt pretty good.
You didn't have to throw your helmet on top of the car?
Pretty good walking into the garage today, but that's been a fun documentary to shoot, and I think it's got some cool footage in it that the fans are really going to like that nobody's ever seen. So that's been fun to watch.
How about the grill on that brand new Toyota Camry TRD? That thing, every year they make that thing looks more and more like a cup car. Every year. That's all brand new from Toyota.
Well, I'm sure they're happy that their pace car is being followed by another one of their race cars. And
exactly right.
That Ty Gibbs machine, that Monster Energy machine, has just been absolutely bullet fast. And I'm not going to say that I talked about this a couple months ago or anything, but
you know, look down this run. Justin Haley in his 51 car running 8th. That is an awesome race for them right out of the box.
Yeah. Pass around commences to get everybody else back on the lead lap from what we've had before. Now, the red flag is out, so the race is stopped, but they continue going round like they're under caution. Remember, only green flag laps count, so we've got 4 more laps to go under green until we red flag again, and this time the cars will come in to the infield, and we'll have a concert.
Actually, Josh, I just got news that actually, Josh, I got news that at the concert, you know, because of the schedule, you know, changing from tonight to tomorrow, it's not going to happen.
Oh, yes! Finally, some good news. Thank you, Adam.
Okay.
Does that mean we're going to go straight to the end then? There's no reason to stop it. Let's have a word with Carl
Got
Larson.
5 to go here. It's going to get interesting. You got to choose to decide. There's going to be somebody who moves up on that outside and goes for it. Only 4 or 5 laps. That's a good gamble, right?
Well, the choose is going to be a big decision, but you also have to survive because everybody knows that they want every bit of track position that they can get, and you know, you get shoved up out of the groove and get spun out. I mean, the restarts are the toughest part of racing on this particular track.
And it will be 5 laps because caution laps do not count, whether it's from this restart or the next one. We will race to lap 75 before the halftime break.
It's going to be a good test on Ty Gibbs. Leading this race, choose coming. You've got 2 champions behind you holding off. To your point on this restart, elbows up, and you know those guys are going to be pushing hard.
So if you're Joey Logano, do you choose the outside or do you pick third?
If I'm Logano with only 5 laps to go, yes, I'm going to the outside.
Well, you ran here last year. What did you do?
Well, I think it just depends on how your car fires off. It didn't seem like Joey's car fired off very good. It seemed like it took him a little while to get going, and he got shoved up out of the groove. So I think I'd pick third.
Okay. Well, he won that outside on the start of the race. Joey Logano, he picked that outside line and actually pinched Denny down and was able to get that position. But you see him choose the outside. Kyle Busch right behind him.
I like that move.
Here's the choose lane then. If you're new to NASCAR, you can choose which side of the track you start on. So on the inside line, down low has gone Gibbs. Logano's gone high. And then we will go. He's led 21 of the 70 laps so far here tonight. And we are getting ready to come to the green for the Busch Light Clash. Our second start, 4 laps. A total of 40 seconds also until we red flag again. Literally, that's how bizarre this clash is. It's an exhibition race. 1 to go, and so they've waved it off this time around, so 1 to go. If you're in Los Angeles, near the Coliseum, and you want to hop in for the second half of the race, it's free to enter. So you can go and take a look as they come out into turns 2. It's not even turns 3 and 4. It's turn 1 and turn 2. It's that short of a track. Gibbs versus Logano. And the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum is green flag racing. Gibbs has the inside line. Logano's going to take it out wide. Coming in low is Busch. And it says Brackers as if it's not. Joey Logano takes the lead. And up into second position goes Kyle Busch. And Ty Gibbs down to third under pressure from Kyle Larson. Red flag still out. Not green.
Put it out. Put it out.
Yeah, where's the green? We have gone green.
Are we green or red?
Well, the timing screen. Yeah, it's green. It is green. Well, I don't know why the timing screen on our monitor said red still, but it is green. We're about to go red, though. Logano, Busch, Gibbs, Larson, Byron, Hamlin. Stenhouse Jr. down to 21st position as well. Coming out then. Lap 75. We've got to complete this one. Then we'll take the red. Logano, Busch, Gibbs, Larson, Byron, Hamlin. Truex Jr. into the top 10. Our winner last year of the Clash. Looking very strong once more. First stage complete. Logano takes it. And right at the back, Truex Jr. is going absolutely mental. Bubba Wallace up into 7th position. Bowman takes 9th. Oh! And the 42 in a literal fire at the side of the car. Cautions out. The red flag once again. But this will be the halfway stage of the night. We have got to lap 75 complete. 1 lap 76. Just a coincidence that we've got a car around at the side. Now, what's happened here? Look further back. Is it a bit of a wall ride tab? Oh, no, the 42 just spins around his own, coming out the exit at turn number 1. So John Heyman, Nemechek coming through. Oh, there was. Oh, I didn't see that. Let's have a look at it again. Talk us through it, Josh.
Yep, going up into the corner, we look further back. This is the restart, actually. Good jump from Logano. And then as we go into turn 1, Busch goes low, 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 gets a little push from Larson, and we go 3 wide out of turn 1 into turn 2. Busch then takes second place away from Ty Gibbs, but it's Logano, Busch, Ty Gibbs.
Well, we've done the Hang on.
The caution came out working lap 75, which means that our lap counter is incorrect. We have 1 lap to go to halfway.
All right.
They've reset them now. Yeah, they've reset it. We were on lap 75 to go. So NASCAR have corrected it. So we've got 1 more lap to go, which is 10 seconds until the stop. This is how bizarre this clash gets.
No, I think it's run its course.
Yeah, let's have some proper racing. This is just ridiculous. I mean,
thank you, John. Yeah. This has run its course.
Yeah.
I'm just ready for the Daytona 500.
I am too. I tell you what, though, Adam. I said to Joe, we're using this as a test. I am really, I'm seriously doubting covering the full season if this is how it's going to be. So I'm glad that we've got a test now before we go into the mess of Daytona Speed Week. So we'll keep an eye out how it goes. But baptism of fire broadcasting.
Yeah, this is a true baptism of fire for you, Josh. You see the crew chiefs. The crew chiefs are actually in the stands.
I love that.
That's kind of cool to see. We'll say that.
Tell you what,
right there with the fans. I like it.
Tell you what, next time we are finding a way. We need a laptop when these are on. Honestly, just we can hook it up upstairs and attach it to an Ethernet cable. And then it's just like
to go. This is the lap to choose.
Right, let's see what happens this time. Logano goes low, Busch goes high, Gibbs goes low, so does Larson. Up high goes Byron and Hamlin. Wallace goes low. Up high goes Redding. And now they're all streaming through once more. So, pace car in this lap. We'll get ready to go green again. And we can all take a breath. And get ready to go again under this red, yellow, yellow, red. And then we can all just take a breath and do another 75 laps, think, oh, go to bed. And then forget the Busch Light clash ever happened.
1 to go now. The lights will go out on top of the pace car. Of course, normally it would be 1. The choose lap is the last lap because of how short this track is. It's the choose lap on 2 to go and then 1 to go, so everyone gets ready. But we're on 1 to go. Lights out on the pace car, Josh, and we're getting ready for 1 lap of racing.
Literally around about 13, 14 seconds. Let's see if we actually get to that or we go yellow again. Logano versus Busch to take us to the end of stage 1 here at the Clash of the Coliseum. Green flag running again. Logano on the inside line. He keeps the lead. Busch stays up high. Coming through his Gibbs. Kyle Larson trying to take second position. 3 wide into turn 2 as we come to the green checkered at the end of the first stage. Green checkered out. Logano wins stage 1. Busch second. Gibbs third. Across the line, Larson, we understand, might have taken it into 4th position. Yellow's out, and stage 1 complete with the red flag out. So Logano, our winner here in 2022, takes the green checkered and wins the first stage of the Clash of the Coliseum, Adam. Not bad.
And Joe Logano's looking like his old self again, after what he did in 2022. So if anybody can get the job done, it's the driver of the number 22 Enzo car with the captain, Roger Penske.
So first stage done. You can see the yellows that have been caused in the leader's screen that is on your monitor. Red is out. This is the standings at the end of stage 1, effectively, of the Busch Light Clash. Joey Logano from Kyle Larson, Ty Gibbs, William Byron, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman, Tyler Reddick, and Ross Chastain in the top 10. Martin Truex Jr. Dropped from 5th to 11th on that restart, so he had a terrible getaway. Justin Haley, Chase Elliott, Ryan Preece, Ryan Blaney, Michael McDowell, Brad Keselowski up down to 17th place. Corey LaJoie ahead of Chase Briscoe. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ahead of John Hunter Nemechek, Noah Gragson and Todd Gilliland in 23rd place.
Yeah, and just saw John Hunter Nemechek doing the pass round to get back on the lead lap. But interesting to see that at the end of lap 75 for the caution for the end of effectively stage 1, Carl Larson was in 4th, but he's been pushed up to 2nd.
I thought
That's
so.
how close it was. So Larson up to 2nd because he was ahead at the finish line on lap 75. But the car's now coming in to the infield for the halftime break.
Yep, no musical number, which is the best news ever. We can get straight on with the action and hopefully have a smaller restart procedure. Not sure why we can't just run the entire Busch Light Clash in one go, and they really have sort of commercialized it as much as possible. It's a good warm-up for Daytona, but I'm ready for Daytona now. I thought, okay, the Clash will be fun. And then the first half going that wrong, it's just like you've dropped a grenade into the commentary box. And now we literally, as soon as I fix the issue, not one problem. So I can only assume it's the amount of people who have logged on for the start of the race has crashed the TV pictures. So, which does make sense, but can't wait for the international feed to be operational for Daytona, and we can carry on there. So, we are in the holding pattern. The red flag is out. We have completed 75. We have 75 laps to go of the Busch Light Clash here at the Coliseum. That's around about another 50 minutes of action. We should be done by around about 2:30 a.m. GMT. That's about 10:30 over there Eastern time, so not too late at all.
That's right. That's right, Josh. Yeah.
I'm getting used to the Eastern's time as well. I need some clocks up here in the commentary box, actually, to give me all the time zones to work in. I think it's going to be appropriate. Anyway, back over to Fox.
Midway, the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum as the torch continues to burn and things heating up after 75 laps and 75 green flag laps to go. With Michael Waltrip, two-time Daytona 500 champ, I'm Chris Myers with our mid-race report. And Ty Gibbs made his move, Rookie of the Year in 2023. Denny Hamlin's led the most laps. What's caught your attention?
A little bit concerned about Denny's fading there late. He had a nice restart at the end, but that car wasn't as strong as it was early. And Ty, he drove away from the field. I didn't think I'd see that. Great driving. 16
cautions last year in this race. Relatively clean so far over the first 75.
Oh, there's the curse. It's gone thingy again. That's all. Oh, there we go.
Hamlin and Logano going to the Ty Gibbs.
I can't even see the replay at the start of the race. It keeps crashing. My goodness. The irony.
Just drive away. Ty Gibbs is the guy to watch early, but I talked about preciseness, Chris, and I talked about aggression. We're getting ready to see a lot of aggression in the second half.
David Gilliland brings out a caution. This happened on lap 71.
Rear tires probably locked up there, and he got him into the outside wall, and that's going to end his night.
And Joey Logano, the winner of the inaugural Clash at the Coliseum, he recaptures the lead.
How about 3 wide for the lead as Kyle Busch gets to the bottom of Ty Gibbs, and then there's another spin. Around goes
Nemechek, right? It was
42 of John Hunter Nemechek after some contact.
Yeah, and Logano, that restarts. You heard Kevin Harvick said that's going to make or break who ultimately wins this race. Is there a particular skill set? Was that just experience favoring Logano over Gibbs on that other restart?
He just launched perfectly. Sometimes you hit it just right. Joey Logano is one of the best there ever been, so it didn't surprise anyone. But these restarts are just going to continue to escalate on the way they push and they shove.
Kyle Larson, who worked his way up to second, started 8th. What kind of a player are you seeing this over the second half?
Well, I liked what he said. We heard him on his in-car radio. He said, I think I got a pretty good car. Kyle's not very much an emotional cat, and if he thinks he's got something he can work with, and that's exactly what he had. He's gotten up to second here.
Are you surprised that we've had the clean racing for the most part that we've had, and will that change in the second half?
Yes, it's going to change dramatically. The aggression that I talked about earlier is going to come to the forefront in this second half. They knew they just needed to bide their time to get to halfway. Now they're going to really start to pick things up.
And we'll continue live from the Coliseum. We're just above the track to look ahead over the final 75 laps of the 2024 Busch Light Clash.
I don't know if they're considering this a win, but on socials I'm seeing many people saying, why is the clash still here? We've only been racing 17 minutes and we've done half the race, so not many positives coming from it. And I can certainly say from the commentary box as well up here, not happy that we lost 10 seconds. We had no pictures for 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden we were 2 laps in, so not happy there either. Josh T,
Hello.
Your thoughts on what's going to happen at the end of this one?
I think we're going to see a couple more cautions, maybe. I think everyone is going to try and get as far up as they can in the second half of the race. Tyre changes going on in the infield. Currently, I can just see the Busch light car of Ross Chastain, I believe. Yes, it is. And Joey Logano at the front as well, getting a new set of tyres.
Interesting call around. Interesting as well, just to say this as well. I just had one comment in the Grid Live Encore chat saying it's boring. Not the best Busch Light Clash. Adam, we've had better.
We've had better. And give you some knowledge. Tickets were free tonight for the clash at the LA Coliseum, and somebody said the place isn't even 50% full.
It's not, no. And it's
Does
free.
Should that either that and that's not a good look for NASCAR.
Tell you where it
To
will
start
be
off the
full.
year.
Yeah, it'll be full at Daytona, packed out in 2 weeks' time. The Daytona
Daytona is
500
sold out
will be
as
live
normal.
for that. And then we'll hopefully have a better call. Hopefully everything will be settled down by then and everything will be up and running. And, we can get everyone else off the Wi-Fi so they don't hammer it every 5 minutes. But let's hand back over to... Oh, no, not yet. There's still an ad break. Got to work out how American television works still. WWE Friday Night
Josh, you do.
SmackDown is on at the moment, which we get here in the UK, I believe. But it's going to Netflix, of course.
Yes, it
WWE.
is. Yeah.
That's going to be fun,
Yes, it
Adam,
is,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah. God, I can remember, I remember people like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, among other wrestlers, back in the day. So that was my generation.
Here we go.
I'm
Let's
aging
go back.
myself here.
Oh, look, they've lit the Olympic
Racing
torch.
for the Clash this year is happening now this evening with threatening rain removing the Sunday schedule. A look at the cars. Our team of pit reporters down where the action is. Let's check in with Jamie Little. Jamie?
Yes, Chris, a lot of adjustments happening right now. And just before we stopped for this break, we talked about Kyle Larson. He's been on a move. 6 positions he's gained. Look at this, wearing out the right side of his race car. He's gotten in the wall a little bit. You see the donuts here. He's been getting into his competition, but the car's pretty good. They made an air pressure adjustment. We move up just ahead of him. Joey Logano is the leader of this race. He won it here in the Coliseum in 2022. You can see all the marks getting into his competition. His car is really good. They made an air pressure adjustment just to get a little bit better, Regan.
Jamie, a lot of happy drivers up towards the front of the field. Third place, Ty Gibbs. A very good start to this race right now. They made minimal adjustments. He's working with the number system. That means he tells the teams he's a half number tight. That allows them the opportunity to make the perfect adjustment for that car. Maybe a full number tight needs a bigger adjustment. Not much change for him. And then the 8 car, Kyle Busch, a little bit further back in the 5th position. His race car is too tight in the center. What that means is the front tires won't turn. He can't get it pointed down the straightaway to get on the gas quite as good as he wants. Just a little adjustment to help that out. Chris?
All right, thank you, Regan and Jamie. Michael, how far back in the field can a driver come to win this race?
I think 15th is reasonable to
Really?
think that Ryan Blaney, which is where he's running, can get to the front and win this thing. Remember, Chris, I talk about action picking up, guys getting spun around. You're going to gain positions like that. Blaney's got a solid car.
And the decision on restarts, let's talk a little bit more about that. And is that more a skill set, especially related to this track when you don't have to worry about points racing. You can go all out.
Well, you use your spotter a lot on that decision. It's a calculated decision. Do I go to the outside? It's risky, but we've seen it work. So also where you choose is a big part of the restarts.
Yeah, Brad Keselowski, back of the pack. He has a challenge as well. All right, 75 laps in, 75 green flag laps to go. Michael and I will be here to wrap things up. Kevin, Clint, and Mike are standing by for the call.
Going green shortly here for the final run around. And I'm no joke, I'm just having a look how much it costs to get Viaplay on Sky. Genuinely having a look. How much is it, Josh T? £15 a month.
Can't actually remember, but Josh, the funny thing is that because of the schedule changes, they aren't actually showing it on their TV channels. They've got La Liga on one, and they've got rugby highlights, or both highlights on 1 and 2, and it's only on the website.
Oh, for God's sake. Not even a point behind that. Right. Somebody in NASCAR, get them to put NASCAR on a good UK channel. This is ridiculous. We can't watch it. We're literally running around trying to. Oh my.
So so I would have had it on my big TV, but because Viaplay didn't change their schedule to NASCAR's schedule, I have no idea what they're having on tomorrow at 1 a.m. because that's when they were meant to have it, and they didn't change their whatever. Well done, but I can see that they are still in the infield, just getting ready. There's a massive box of Chick-fil-A being delivered into the infield.
That's mine to cheer me up.
Bring it to the Chick-fil-A for you, Josh. Even though it's closed on Sundays over here.
Is it? Damn. Is it really?
Yeah, the reason why.
Yes.
Yeah, the reason why Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday is.
Oh, guess what we've
because
lost?
the founder is a Christian. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So.
Guess what we've lost, by the way?
Yeah.
TV picks. Yay.
Got it in one.
Yeah, Josh. If you are near the LA Coliseum and you are near the pit lane, 2 massive boxes of Chick-fil-A is going on under the tunnel towards pit lane.
And
I'll take Chick-fil-A.
I wish we had it in the UK. Of course, we've got his Kentucky Fried Chicken, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, right. Okay. Well, this is great. We've got no TV pic. Come on, work, please. TV pictures. Oh, I don't know what to. Oh no. It's like I don't know what else I can do. It's the Wi-Fi. It's so bad, and we're having to use the streams. Go on, Justin.
We're just looking at the Olympic torch.
Oh.
There you are.
There you go.
Like clash at the Coliseum, teams making adjustments during the halftime break. Let's have a look at tonight's Credit One Bank ones to watch. Clint, who you got an eye on?
Well, let me go first. He started
Cards are rolling.
And we are frozen.
Guys, he's already running second. Had a big restart right there at the end of this thing. Starting off second, Kyle Larson in the 5 car. I think he's the guy.
You got to watch out when he picks first.
I'm glad he picked first because I think my pick's better. I like Ty Gibbs in the 54 car just because he dominated the middle part of that run. And I think he learned a little bit of a lesson there on the restart with Joey Logano, but I think overall, he's got the fastest car, and in the end, I want the fastest car.
He's going the wrong way, Kevin.
No, he's not. Now he's going to go forward.
I got it.
Can't believe you guys both laid down on
No, it's still going.
Joey Logano. He is up front.
Oh, by the way, the leader?
Yeah, oh, by the way. Martin Truex has passed 8 cars in this race so far, from starting mid-deep in the field. And starting from the back, Ryan Blaney has also made up 8 spots. They're the 2 leaders in that category, but Truex had a tougher road.
Okay.
So want to keep an eye on him.
I'm literally... It's gone again, so I'm going to pass over to Josh T, who has TV pictures. Where are they, Josh?
So, the cars are currently circulating round the circuit at the start of effectively what is stage 2. It's Logano, Larson, Gibbs, Byron, Busch, Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, Bowman, Reddick and Chastain. Your top 10 in 11th. It's Martin Truex Jr., followed by Haley, Elliott, Preece, Blaney, McDowell, Keselowski, LaJoy, Briscoe, Stenhouse Jr., Nemechek, Gregson and Todd Gilliland are in the back, who is a couple of laps down. And we're just having a look at the replay of the 3 wide moment. One of the safety cars out on track. On the low, just getting rid of some stuff, checking the track out. But
it's about to rain, apparently.
Oh?
So if it rains, Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, we'll go red flag and the race will be declared.
That's right. Right, since the race has...
I'm looking at the radar now, and yes, rain is coming.
Oh, here we go then.
Rain is coming, so that means... Yes, that means if we do get rain, that's it. The race is done, since we've gone halfway. And so, yeah.
Right, we have pictures. Please keep your fingers crossed, everybody, and join with me that this works, because we might only have another 2-3 laps and then a red flag would call it, because if it rains, with the amount of weather that's coming in, they won't be able to drive the track, and they won't risk brand new cars with the rain tyres when they've got to get over to Daytona. So this could be it. We're into the twos, so 2 more laps to go. Josh T, what are you expecting when we go green again?
Yep, it should be good. And Josh, if your TV pictures break again, just hand it over to me, and we will be fine. But having a look at what we should be doing right now. Last year, the Heat 2 at the clash from last year, Kevin Harvick spinning round the 2 of Cindric, and Harvick getting spun around there in the main event by, guess who? Cindric.
It was a great heat race last year on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday, it was the same thing. Round and round they went, and they were a little bit more this year.
And then payback from in the main event, but it was definitely chaotic in the second half.
We're going green. Here we go then, we are heading to green. Fox is still showing the side-by-side, and now they're in the commentary box camera, but we're heading to a green flag. Logano on the inside, Larson on the outside. Stage 2 is underway here at the Clash at the Coliseum. On the inside line goes Logano. Look at that from Larson, trying to take second position already, barging his way through. Here comes the 8 of Busch. He's getting a bit... Oh, and Joey Logano gets bumped. Not once, not twice, but thrice, and Logano losing out. Larson's on the inside line through turn 1. He's going to have the inside line through 2, and it's going to be Kyle Larson taking the lead. Nice and tight on the inside. He's just got to wait for Logano to be pointed out, and that is the 9 who still ran, and full course yellow is out. Chase Elliott has gone round it at the last corner, and we've gone out to full yellow. Oh, and Bubba Wallace is involved in the exit of turn 2 as well, so yellow's out.
Yep, so looks like Bubba Wallace and Chase Elliott have had a little bit of a tangle in the midfield, so we go caution
and
red flag, so that the laps do not count. Let's have a look at the replay. We look further back.
Oh, Wallace
the 48 pushes in, and a little bit of a pile up there. McDowell, LaJoy all getting caught up. Wallace
it's the 45.
Gets tapped by the 45. Chastain very lucky to stop in time and not hit into the number 23.
Yeah, the 45 is the 45 is his teammate at 2311 Racing, Tyler Reddick. Not the way you want to start the year, crashing into your teammate. But I know it's an exhibition race, but yeah, that's not cool.
Bubba getting it all out. He's down in pit road. And Jamie Little is standing by, getting some news as well. And Jamie with the iPad and the spotter's guide as well, getting everybody communicated in. And
Something is broke, steering left front.
You're right. He hit the inside wall.
Right, so as we think Chase Elliott might be out of it. He's think that he's broken a front left part of the car there, Josh. So it looks like he's out of the race. So already it looks like we're going to see a bye-bye for Chase Elliott. And Bubba's in trouble too, actually.
Another look at the replay.
I can see it towards the back.
It freezes on my end as well. I think they're just getting it ready. There we are.
Oh, he just went straight.
Elliott definitely hit the wall and stops. And a separate incident to what happened on the other side of the track involving Barbara Wallace. So 2 separate incidents in 1 lap, Josh, as we're still under red flag and caution for the class of at the Coliseum. Lap 78 of 150, Logano, Larson, Gibbs, Busch, Hamlin, your top 5, Byron, Reddick, Bowman, Truex Jr. and Priest up to 10th, Truex Jr. getting up a couple of positions as well. Blaney going down a couple.
Just been informed over my headphones that the glitching that we are seeing from the DD12 is actually nothing to do with our Wi-Fi. It is to do with the stream itself. Apparently they're having problems with it. So that's why it's fluctuating.
At least we know, at least we know it's not your end, Josh.
I was about to drop kick my internet router before Daytona. Choose all.
We need to say.
Right now, we're on 1 to go.
Yeah. Astro Police actually also had a birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to Astro.
Happy birthday.
And we thank you for tuning in tonight.
This is very
high, Logano low.
This is very much a test event to make sure everything's ready to go. Logano on the inside, Larson on the outside. Once again, we are racing. Green flag is out. Into the first corner, 3 wide of the mid-pack. Getting a bit messy there. The 45 coming through of Tyler Reddick. And round the out, spinner, turn 2, red flag's out again. Caution's out. And it's number 1, Ross Chastain. He's getting, I think, punched up into the wall. So Chastain going to have to get used to it. In that Busch-like colour blue. And the number 1, and he's damaged the bumper there, Adam, a bit too much too as well. And Chase Elliott,
they say caution, breed caution, Josh. So, yeah.
This is our 5th caution.
And we've had more in the second half than we did in the first.
Yeah, so this is our 4th caution, but our 5th if we include the mandatory caution. Just get spun round in the middle of the field and backs up into the number 7, does Ross Chastain, as he tries to get back going, gets spun around by the Cheerios 47 car of Stenhouse Jr. and back.
It's going to draw. Oh, hello. The 47 hitting the 34, the 34 returning the favour. Well, that is going to be William Byron hitting the Cheerios 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. coming out of turn 4. And that is a little bit of a revenge, we understand. And that is being sent to the back, Tyler Reddick, who was 7th in class.
So, McDowell versus Stenhouse Jr. Welcome to NASCAR, Josh.
Yeah.
Well, stuff happens on track and there's a little bit of bumping. Let's have a look at the replay. Reddick getting pushed. This is, I believe,
look at the 45.
Restart.
He jumps on the inside line.
Yeah, 3 wide.
Yeah, jumped it. So he jumped the restart effectively, so he's been sent to the back. Astrel says, thanks, mate. Looking forward to hanging out with you all this year. Don't know how you'll cover these races, but it's greatly appreciated. Often prefer yours commentary over official. Thank you, Astrel. Well, it's half and half. Half will be US around, half will be us here for NASCAR. I believe that's all we can take. Jamie.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. having a little battle back there and getting bumped into. He's a little frustrated, back in 15th right now. During that break, I looked over. He had gotten out of his race car and was in the window of John Hunter Nemechek, pointing at him, frustrated at him. You're not supposed to get out of your race car during the break, so he's already hot under that helmet, and you see it continues here.
And it's literally Gaffer 47 Cheerio cut the front bumper there, Adam. So already it's been in the wall and going to need a body job before we get to Daytona.
Yeah, but they can fix it. And remember, it's 150 green flag left, and that's something that we need to keep reminding ourselves. You know, the first half was nice and calm, and the second half, well, we've already seen what can happen. So hopefully, everybody wants to get over and done with, you know, and head to Daytona. So maybe we'll see chaos. Maybe we won't.
Bubba Wallace not exactly happy over the team radio, we understand, as he's getting ready. I was wondering why I was getting cold in the commentary box. My heater's not on. Below the box. Red flag again. We went full course yellow, and then they've spotted something, and we've gone red again. That rain, by the way, is coming in more and more, and it's a medal grandstand, remember. There's Brody Barker. Standing in the crew chief for Bubba Wallace, standing in the back. He's right actually up high in the LA Coliseum grandstand area. So waiting along for the race start, 73 laps to go, and green flag running.
Here's the choose, I do believe. Yep, the choose, 2 to go.
So down low, several of the field. You can choose if you want to stay high or low. I would actually take the outside line. It seems to be a bit quicker. The inside you have to tighten up a bit more. So the outside here at the Coliseum, that seems to work better. We saw Logano take the lead on that twice now.
Yep, Gibbs goes low, Logano goes high, Hamlin goes low, and Byron goes high. So Hamlin has jumped 3 positions in the choose. That's what happens in the choose sometimes as the pace car goes across the line, lights turn off, and we should be on 1 to go. Yes, we are. Lights are off, 1 to go.
There we see the 12 coming in of Ryan Blaney. He's estimated, I think, to go over to 12th position. Chase Elliott, I think, is out of the race, coming to the green flag then once again. Yep, and add to that, Todd Gillihan, who is also out. Gibbs has the low side. He's jumping Logano. Let's see what we have again as we start number 8 here at the Coliseum. Restart zone, and we are racing again. Gibbs gets a good restart. He's covered off immediately, Logano. Hamlin comes down low. Larson's in there. Byron's got sent out of pie. In comes the 19 as well, trying to get a lap back through on the inside. And Larson's going to go right up second position here. Maybe, well, he's just got into third. Logano got a better exit. But the 19 trying to lap himself. That's Martin Truex Jr. is up into 4th place. He's jumped massively. So Truex up into 4th position. I was wondering, I thought he was a lap down. The computer's now putting him back up into 4th place. Great stuff from Truex Jr. Gibbs then leads Logano, Larson, Truex, and then Busch up to 5th. Hamlin's down to 6th, Adam, already.
Yeah, it's been a crazy restart. Ty Gibbs has looked solid in at number 54 Monster Energies. Toyota Camry so far tonight, and give a call to Martin Truex Jr. in that number 19.
Ooh. Larson touches the back of Logano, gets him all on the inside bumper, then goes full side by side through 3 and 4. Officially it's 1 and 2, so Logano and Larson in a battle. Gibbs has already put out 2 seconds to the back, and now we see Truex Jr. hitting the back and Busch, and then Hamlin and Prius under pressure in 6th and 7th position as well. Oh, and Larson's properly punching the back of Logano, isn't he? He's not stopping.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the battle for second. Larson going to look up the inside, a little bit too far back, side by side. This is the 41 of Priest and Hamlin. This is the 6th. Byron just behind. Priest trying to overtake Hamlin up the inside. Can he do it? They're side by side as they go across the line into turn 1. Still side by side as they exit turn 1 down the back straight. Hamlin pulls ahead. Priest comes back side to side as we complete another lap.
And the 40, we saw as well the 41 getting completely sideways of Ryan Priest, and he's still sideways through turn 1 as well, into 2.
Pushed by Byron.
Yeah, and Hamlin's going to have the outside. It's a bit of a risk here, but he can get the drag at the exit and come down low into 1, which is exactly what he's done. Great job from Hamlin. He confirms 6th position, and then here comes Byron right at the back trying to get through. Bowman's up to 9th in that 48 car. Houston Long, of course, to Jimmy Johnson, the 7-time NASCAR champion. Now it belongs to Bowman. Many people don't like that, especially as we see Jimmy Johnson making the odd return to the Cup Series. But them's the rules. The driver left the car number, not the other way around. Gibbs leads again on lap 89 of 150, and he's pulled out 2.5 seconds to Logano, who won the race in 2022, and Truex Jr. won in 23. He runs in 4th position. Larson is in between them in 3rd. Ty Gibbs is impressing me massively here, Adam, as well. Great job.
Yes. He's impressing me. He is impressing me too, Josh. I didn't expect this tonight. I thought when Denny Hamlin got the lead, after when he got the pole earlier on, I thought he would be, leading right now. But I will say Ty Gibbs at number 54, Monster Energy Toyota Camry, is looking solid in his 2nd year on the NASCAR Cup Series.
Got the all scan open. Officials are working. Go on.
I think you looked a little
We'll
better
say,
in that information. The 41.
Kyle Larson has.
I think he started doing it after the break.
That's the radio. Go on.
Kyle Larson has a lot of short track experience, so not surprising to see him up there right now in P3 driving for legendary team in Kendrick Motorsports. As we see Kyle Busch trying to get around Ron Truex Jr. and here comes Denny Hamlin trying to get around the 8 of Kyle Busch, who drives for RCR.
We've lost TV picture. No, we've gone side by side. Well, I'll take side by side over losing complete TV pictures on lap 97 and 150. This is how it should be done, by the way, everybody. If we have to have ad breaks, go side by side. We don't need full screen commercials in the 21st century. So, I think it just works better. Anyway, on board. Gibbs leads by 2.4 seconds anyway. Go on, Josh T.
Just remember, you are talking about Fox/NBC.
That's true. Yeah, nothing but commercials, and I can't remember what we called Fox on Grid last year. Something, wasn't it?
I don't think you said anything about Fox. All I know is Ben Schneider started NBC. Nothing but commercials.
And we're seeing the 12 on the inside line getting ahead of the 24. So, unfortunately, that's going to be a little bit of an upset further down for Byron, because we've got Blaney coming through. I've completely messed it up because I was going to say Bubba Wallace, who is also trying to make a move. He's joining further back. That was a little mistake coming through. I'm trying to keep up on the time monitor. Ryan Prius getting sent up high, and that is Truex Jr. getting door banged by Hamlin coming through as well. So that's Hamlin up to 5th. Truex has been passed by Busch and Hamlin. He's down in 6th position now, coming through turns 3 and 4. And now we've got 103 of 150. So we have 47 laps to go. That's around about 10 more minutes. That's the radio that you're hearing on the Spotters Guide. From the audio telling us how many laps we have left to run here for the clash at the Coliseum. Now, you see, you can hear it in the background as well. Hopefully we'll have the official chat for the Daytona 500. I think they're all just getting the systems ready for the clash here. I know the radio isn't working, actually. The radio commentary isn't working.
Positions.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Okay, that surprised me, so NASCAR radio is working, so we'll hear that for some of the qualifying and practice.
Larson gets through on Hamlin, defends his position, but Hamlin goes down the inside, door banging. Can Hamlin still side by side as they go into turn 1? Side by side, Hamlin gets ahead, but here comes Truex Jr.
Truex Jr. is going to literally late break. Larson backs out by a country mile and easily goes through for Truex Jr. as well, as we return back up to full pictures. 45 laps remain here of the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum in 2024, the opening race of the NASCAR season. It's the unofficial, it's the exhibition race. We've got then the 2 duels at Daytona. Daytona before the 500, and the season officially begins on February the 17th. You can watch the coverage here on JB Motorsports with our watch along as well, and on USON Pit Road.
Told his team at the break a little while ago that his car continued to get better the longer they ran. The more that he got heat into the tires, the better his car gripped. So if we continue to have this long run right here, long ways to go to get back to first, but certainly looking good to have a really good run out of this.
So as they continue through, then at the moment we can see Gibbs leading by 2.6 seconds. Is Ty Gibbs going to win this, Adam? Is that what we're going to see here, really?
I'm going to, even though I went with MTJ to win, you know, for pick a winner, I really think Ty Gibbs has got this under control. I really think Ty Gibbs is going to win the class at the Coliseum. And look at those brakes just glowing red on Ryan Blaney's car.
And that, they're going to see on the inside. That's Blaney passing Larson for 6th position as it comes through turn 1 and 2. Larson can't find a way back through. Byron's there too, along with Chase Briscoe, who's made up into 9th position. Bubba Wallace has the top 10 as things stand. But it's Ty Gibbs leading by 2.1 seconds at the moment. And then to Logano, then it's Kyle Busch coming through. I think everybody misses Kurt Busch, don't they? But we all know, sadly, why he's not going to be racing.
Okay, what does that mean? That's a good point. Splitting the pads, Kevin.
Now, let's just have a quick thing. 34 to go. We've started counting down. Those laps are going to come down quicker than when I run upstairs and go to sleep, because
I got lap 120.
Chastain is dropping a couple of positions.
He is. What's happened?
Logano, as Hamlin overtakes Busch for third. That's why
Chastain hit the back of the 51.
Sideways.
He hit the back of Haley.
Joey Logano, Josh,
yeah,
gained 7 tenths on Gibbs, now 8 tenths in the last 10 laps.
I'd love to have a driver tracker appear in the commentary box. Sadly, we don't have one. That's why we've got the leaders and the caution counter on the screen. There's no driver tracker in NASCAR. Very hard to keep across it on the short track as well. But Gibbs by 1.6 seconds. That's the gap we're looking at. And then Logano coming in, Hamlin. It's taking it up nicely, isn't it? Just having 1 by 1, 30 to go. Around about 6 or 7 minutes of green flag running if they actually manage it. So we might actually be out of here in about 10 minutes time. That's how crazy the clash is. Up the inside goes to 54. That's lapping as well. So we're now having the lap traffic coming through again, Adam, and this is where it starts to get tricky. When we get laps, it's a short track, so contact bound to happen.
You got that right, Josh? Everyone wants to get out of here, with a good run, to start the season. Ty Gibbs looks like he's going to win here in Southern California. So we'll say, for those who don't know, Ty Gibbs is related to Joe Gibbs, who is the owner of Joe Gibbs Racing and has won Super Bowls in the past with the Washington. Now they're called the Commanders. Back then they used to be called the Washington Redskins. So Joe Gibbs knows about what it's like to win big events. Joe Gibbs has won the Daytona 500. So in the past, so looks like a good start for Joe Gibbs Racing here in 2024.
Yeah, you say that, Adam, but the gap to the lead is now 1 second, 1 lap car in between the two. We could, depending on how quick Garno is and how many cautions there are, if we do get a caution, there could be a battle for the lead towards the end.
Bubba Wallace passed Byron as well, pushed him up towards the wall, coming out of 1 and 2, so no lost love there. No love lost there, yeah. Just double checking I said that right. Gibbs leads by 1.2 seconds with 20 to go here at the Coliseum. Rain might not stop this one. That's a total of 5 minutes, 10 seconds a lap. That gives us a total of 6 laps per minute. So actually, not that long. 6:12 will take us to... Yeah, not that long left actually. Around about 3-4 minutes if we keep this up. They're lapping at 13 seconds a lap. So it's really not that long. Gibbs only has to really keep pushing. Look, 18 already. Brad Keselowski's going to get lapped. Logano closing up on the back of Gibbs as he hits traffic.
Logano.
Oh, and that's going to be Gibbs pushing out Ross Chastain at turn 4, giving him a little kiss on the bumper. Here comes the 41 back on the inside line as well. So now it all gets back up and kicked up. Logano's keeping in, but now the gap's less than a second, and Chastain's going to get out of the way. And then we can have a leading fight of less than a second. And he's going to go for it. Up the inside, Logano laps him. No command blues, of course.
Yep. Here's the rear camera of Gibbs. And Logano is catching. And there is no lapped cars in between them. So, with 15 laps to go, we've got our race on our hands. And there's a slow car there.
51.
That's the number 51.
We are losing. Oh, and that might cause a yellow, you know, how slow he's going across the line. We'll keep an eye on that if that is. If NASCAR deem that that's too slow, has it got damage? Can he get into the pit lane, the 51, and not go to full course yellow?
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
I was glad about that. Oh, he might stay green, but is he safe?
Caution.
Yeah, he's cautioned out. Yeah, I was going to say, it's not safe enough, Adam, is it? Yellow's out. Oh, hang on. Can he get it in? Oh, the car's crawling. It's yellow. It is yellow. Caution is out with 12 laps to go.
Here we go, folks. Get your popcorn ready because rain on the way. Oh, you know this is going to be intense. The intense meter just went up about 20 bars. So, yeah.
Oh, and the 34's round.
That's
Michael McDowell. That's a second caution with the red flag out. So,
which means the gap between Gibbs and Logano is closed up. They will be side by side.
That's a second reason for the yellow. NASCAR team, the first reason for the yellow was the pit lane. Second reason is this spin for the 34. Now, this was under caution. Now, how's this happened? Oh, he's hit with Ross Chastain through turn 3 and 4 and brushes the wall. Red flag's out again.
Quite a big hit there for McDowell. I believe they were going to go to caution, but they didn't actually press the big red button to go to caution for the pit lane car. So Michael McDowell is the cause of that. You can see the wall vibrating as Michael McDowell goes in, but I believe that's the second caution for McDowell in this race, and straight spin right into the back, the barrier of the back of the car, and look at that damage from it.
Big on the rear left. 6 cautions, 4 lead changes. Sorry, 4 leaders, 6 lead changes, 33 minutes running, 10 minutes to go. Red flag's out. Let's hand over to Fox.
Been in the case.
Well, I can tell you from a driver's standpoint, backing it into the wall like that, no matter what they did with the rear clip, is a really hard shot. And usually here, it's the hardest shot that you can take anywhere onto the schedule.
Red flag's out then. 10 to go. Will be a shoot to the finish. Josh T. Oh, never mind. You can't see TV pictures. Adam, over to you. Who's going to win this? With a restart, the choose is going to be crucial, isn't it?
Go in front of the 41, right?
Oh, go on.
Well, if you were, you know, I really do think I think Joey Logano's going to find a way around Ty Gibbs and get the job done. You know, for the captain, Roger Penske, you know, last weekend we were on the call for the Royal 24 Hours Daytona, Team Penske won, so looks like we could go 2 for 2 and have Team Penske win here at the Coliseum.
Get back on the lead lap, maybe get a couple more spots.
So they're going to try and get back on the lead lap, we understand. for Chastain down, which makes a good amount of sense, Josh T, but we'll keep an eye out. 10 to go. Everything's frozen. It's just going to be, what, 13 seconds apiece. That's, what, 2 minutes of running if we stay green?
Yeah, absolutely, 2 to 3 minutes, but cautions breed caution, so how many will we have? We will have to see if cautions do breed cautions this time round. Sweepers are out and the AMR safety trucks on the outside of the circuit, just getting rid of the marbles. Drivers warming their tyres up as they go into turn 1. The Olympic torch lit.
Which I didn't know they could do if it wasn't the Olympics. I didn't know they could relight them. That's something I've learned today.
They want everyone to stay closed up.
They want everyone to stay closed up, we've just heard on our radar. Interesting. So we'll keep an eye on everything going forward. Let's hand it back over.
It's more than a race. It's full throttle insanity. The drivers aren't the only ones on the joyride.
Family, friends, and unforgettable moments. I'm talking full throttle mayhem. I'm talking NASCAR in Vegas. What could go wrong?
NASCAR on Fox is sponsored by Credit One Bank. 10 laps to go, and Joey Logano has a tough decision to make. Does he start outside Ty Gibbs, or does he go to the inside second row?
I don't know. He's aggressive underneath you. I know that, right? It could be. Hard to say.
I don't think he knows yet.
Yeah, I love it. You know, I think as you listen to that radio conversation, that's just the driver knowing that it's going to get rough, but he knows if he gets a good restart and he can get that half a car like he got earlier, that he can keep him pinched down. So
if he takes the outside, can he beat Ty Gibbs into and off the corner?
If he gets a good launch, but if he doesn't, he's in trouble.
Well, I think we're going to see it right here. Pay attention. I think it's choose this time by. He takes the outside.
2 to go.
I like it. Worked once.
Ryan Blaney moves up to restart 4th. What a comeback. And Bubba Wallace right behind him.
Provisional. Took a provisional to get in this thing. Now he's in the money.
I think one other thing that I see that I like if I'm Ty Gibbs on this restart is Denny Hamlin behind me. Yeah. I know that Denny's still going to be aggressive, but he's not going to be as aggressive if it was Joey Logano in front of him.
12 cars on the lead lap. Gibbs and Logano the front row.
Here we go then, getting ready for the restart.
Lights are out, 1 to go.
So, it will be a 10-lap shootout. I understand Justin Haley's also out of the race, so we're down to 20 from the 23 that started this race. Should be about 2.5 minutes. So, for one more time here at the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum, Gibbs on the inside, down low, up high, sweet Joey Logano. Green flag is out again for the last time, hopefully here. And down low, here comes Denny Hamlin going for the lead of the race. Already in the wall goes Logano. He's been pushed up by 2. Gibbs has the outside line and loses the lead. Onto our 7th lead changer of the race. It is going to be Denny Hamlin taking the lead, but locks up through 1. And then getting a little tab. Here comes Kyle Busch. He's back up the inside. Gibbs into 2nd position. And a big lock up from Hamlin. Gibbs goes down low once again. 8 to go, and they are sliding it around, Adam.
Look at, like I said, Denny Hamlin has plenty of knowledge running on short tracks in his career, and he's used that knowledge to get the lead from Ty Gibbs with 7 to go here in SoCal. Look at Ty Gibbs coming back, trying to take the lead from Denny Hamlin. Didn't make it work. Coming to 6 to go here.
Busch.
Man, this is getting good.
Oh, and he's locked up again. Gibbs trying to take it through turns 3 and 4. Busch and Blaney coming in as well. Logano coming in high. Josh is going to be mad as he still tries to get ahead of Hamlin.
Yep, Denny Hamlin locks up out of turn 2. Gibbs right on the tail. It's 5 the top 5 in a train of Hamlin, Gibbs, Busch, Blaney,
he's
and
knocked out.
Logano.
He's going for it.
Gibbs comes down to the inside because Hamlin locks up into turn 1.
He shut the
Gibbs
door on him.
locks up round the outside.
And look,
Here comes
Busch and Logano.
Busch to take second from Ty Gibbs. And
Oh,
looks
it's
like
contact.
Ryan Blaney could. Looks like Ryan Blaney could get.
Yeah, Logano's out there. Logano's coming through on the inside too. Busch takes second. Blaney down to fourth. Logano's taking it up from the inside line too. Blaney in third. And Hamlin's out front with 2 to go. This is going to be an insane opening. He's got a second now. It's going to take a miracle. Poor Ty Gibbs. He did everything right, but it just couldn't come in. Hamlin's locking up everywhere. White flag, sponsored by Credit One Bank, is out here at the Coliseum. And we've got a caution out of the last lap. We will do the last lap again, and it is Gibbs. Ty Gibbs in the 54. He has been spun, and he has got damage to the front right suspension. That is game over for Ty Gibbs. That is not fair.
You feel for Ty. You feel for Ty Gibbs after he led so many laps tonight in the clash. And let's take a look what happened to Ty Gibbs.
He's going to get hit by Larson? No. Or possibly into the last corner. Does he get hit? Yeah. Re-attack. Oh, no.
Yes, he does. He gets hit from Kyle Larson, and around he goes.
Yeah, but Larson...
hit by Byron.
No, Larson got hit by Bubba. Bubba hit the back of Larson, and Larson hit the back of Ty Gibbs. So it all started with Bubba Wallace in turn 4.
Yeah, but... Byron, who was the person who hit the front of the car, but this is good for Kyle Busch because Busch could get the lead here on the final lap because it'll go to green and white flag.
Overtime.
When we go green, yes, of course, overtime.
That's right.
So this is a new procedure if you're new to us here on JB Motorsports and the first time watching on NASCAR. Overtime basically means if we take the white flag on the last lap, that next flag ends the race, whether it is caution or checkered. Because the yellow came out before the last lap, we get one more lap to go. So we will go green, white, checkered here. So it's green, then it's white, then it's checkered. So this is going to get very confusing. Our first overtime of the year comes in the Busch Light Clash. I feel sorry for Denny Hamlin. Now, is it out of the realm of possibility? Let's go to the box.
Because of the way that tire is sliding, you know he's going up the racetrack. So third place might be the place to be right now.
I really think it's going to be the right choice. Move there on the inside, let him make a mistake, slide up the racetrack, and take that inside line.
How's the view from up here?
The view is great because I know when I leave, like I said earlier, I'm going to take this headset off, and nobody's going to be mad at me.
I'm going to tell you, opposite. I want to be in that 8 car right now. I like my chances.
I think you're right.
Are they agreeing? Are they agreeing? When did they start agreeing? I'm sorry, 2 to go. Right, they've reset the clock to 2 to go. We're now in overtime. So it's green, white, checkered. We must get the white flag. So it's green flag with 2 to go, white flag with 1 to go, checkered with 0 to go. That's how this overtime business works.
And of course, infinite retries, but because of how short this track is, it's if for a retry, it has to be something goes wrong in the first 13 seconds of the green flag.
Yeah. So we haven't come to the tools yet, but well, actually, where has that pushed the 54? Ty Gibbs is down to 13th place now on the timing monitor. So very much out of the possibility that he could come in and do anything else. So Hamlin from Busch, Blaney, Logano, Wallace, the top 5. Bubba Wallace got himself into 5th position. He was 10th on that previous restart. Truex Jr. is in 6th. Byron, Larson, Bowman, Briscoe, the top 10.
Lap to choose, 2 to go.
Hamlin and Busch go low. Blaney goes high. Logano low. Wallace goes high, so moves up to 4th position already. Interesting that we're going to have Busch drop down to third.
That is so smart from Busch.
Yeah, he's got the inside line, defend from Blaney, and then go for Hamlin on the inside line. That's very clever. Good stuff here, actually. Kyle Larson, I believe, has jumped up into 4th position, if my eyes are not deceiving me. Is that the 5 car? Yeah, the 5 car's up to 4th.
Well, we are on 1 to go, but that is incredibly clever from Busch. He's learnt that 3rd is the best place to be because you can go right down low, right up against the wall into turn 1 and push 1st and 2nd out wide and you get 1st. We are coming to the first NASCAR overtime of the season in race 1. 2 to go. We're coming round the final corner, Josh Birch.
Green, white, checkered at the clash at the Coliseum. Hamlin v Busch. It is green flag with 2 to go. Now, who's got the inside line? Hamlin defends it. At the inside, there goes Busch again. He's dealt with Blaney, pushes him into the wall. Logano secures 3rd. Larson coming up. Hamlin again locks in. There's a bit of bumping and balling coming in the last corner. White flag out again. Last lap. So the next flag ends the race. Is it going to be Hamlin or Busch? He's got 2nd. Logano's going for 3rd. The first win of 2024 goes to a short track specialist. It's Denny Hamlin who takes the checkered and wins the clash at the Coliseum. Busch in 2nd, Blaney 3rd, Logano 4th, Larson takes 5th, Bowman, Briscoe, Keselowski obtains Truex drops 9th, and Byron takes 10th.
In the wall in turn 2 is where Ross Chastain
sends
Tyler Reddick.
And Tyler Reddick's in the wall at turn 2. Wow. So there's contact in the wall, but Denny Hamlin wins for the first time this year. Busch is 2nd, Blaney 3rd. Not bad, Adam. Not bad at all.
Denny Hamlin, like I said, Denny Hamlin used that short track nose to take, win number 1 and hit on the 2024 NASCAR season. It's an exhibition race, but still good to have Joe Gibbs Racing and the Toyota Camrys back in victory lane. And looks like Denny Hamlin, he may try to do a celebration victory burnout, and yes, he is. And when he does them, folks, they are outstanding. So nice to see Denny Hamlin doing the victory donuts here in Southern California.
Burnout City.
Good burnout.
Denny Hamlin takes a lot of grief from.
That's great. That's great. Josh T, what's your thoughts on the race?
A good clash at the Coliseum. Will we be back here next year? We will have to see. A lot of fans saying no, but it's NASCAR. They like to do fun stuff which no one else would do, just like this. But Denny Hamlin, his donuts are done. He is the winner of the 2024 clash at the Coliseum, and top 5 is Hamlin, Busch, Blaney, Logano, and Carl Larson in the 5 in 5th position. He jumps on top of his car. Does Denny Hamlin? Jumps off, and we'll get ready to talk to him.
Let's send it downstairs. I believe we've got Jamie Little standing by to talk to him.
Jamie Little.
And Denny Hamlin, we're just in a smoke show down here. That was impressive. Denny, you were so confident in this car. You got the pole earlier, but then you slipped back a little bit. How did you fight your way back and take the lead with 10 laps to go and then hold off your teammate and pass him?
Yeah, a lot of it was just what happened in front of me, right, with the 54 and 22, and you just never know what was going to happen there, but I got a really good run off of turn 2 and just got position and was able to hang on from there. So it's so chaotic, the restarts, with everyone just bumping and banging, but feels great to win here in LA.
Denny, I know you had shoulder surgery in the offseason, so there's question marks coming in. Then you get the big win to kick the season off. What does this mean to you and the team and just starting the year this way?
It's just a great momentum boost. It doesn't do much more than that, but I clean off all the trophies every January 1st in the entryway of the house, and now we get to add one pretty quick. So really happy about that.
Congratulations. Denny Hamlin is your Clash winner. He has something to say, I think.
You know I beat your favorite driver again, right?
He's using the Netflix fame, isn't
Busch
he?
always so good at the Clash. Second a couple years ago, third last year, second again this year. I know it's got to sting a little bit to not get that win, but a great night for you.
Yeah, no, it definitely does sting. I felt like the first half we were better, had a better car, we were better than the 11, but some of the adjustments we made weren't as good. Some of the adjustments they made were better. So, all in all, just glad to have a good night. Glad to come out here in one piece, even with all the bumping and banging and everything else that happens. But thanks to Morgan and Morgan for being with us here today. It was fun to have them on board. I know everybody was chuckling on our paint scheme, so good times with those guys. And of course, thanks to Lucas Oil Zone, Cheddar's, everybody, FICO, all the guys back at the shop, ECR Engines. So we got a little bit of work on the short track program. Clash seems okay, but we'll try to figure out the rest of the year.
See you at Daytona, Kyle. Thanks.
Thanks, Regan. Denny Hamlin wins the Clash. Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney from last to first. Joey Logano fourth, and Kyle Larson rounds out the top five. Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe, Brad Keselowski in his first LA Clash feature. Martin Truex, William Byron, the top 10, Ryan Preece, and Bubba Wallace all end up on the lead lap.
Decent shot at it there.
What a night.
Thanks, guys. Yep, what a night indeed. We can see the official results on your screen, and Mike Joy taking us through. Let's get their final thoughts.
I honestly didn't really know what to expect, and I learned really quickly standing up here in the booth and in that TV compound that anything can happen, and it pretty much did. And I think as we got towards the end of the race, it started to get rougher, and Denny Hamlin just had a great restart and kept himself into the game and made it happen at the end.
Heartbreak for Ty Gibbs, right?
Yes.
Had a fantastic race car, drove a good race. Did not get the outcome, but I think the kid's for real. I think this is you're going to see a lot of him this year. I think you'll see him in victory lane for sure.
And a huge thank you to NASCAR. This was an enormous pivot to take a race scheduled for Sunday, move it to Saturday, rush everything, make it all happen. Mexico race to follow before the storms come in, and it's going to rain from Sunday to Wednesday, and we're going to either get out of town or build an ark.
Well, it was definitely the right decision, and I'm with you. I want to thank everybody for making it happen because we saw a heck of a race and a great way to start the season.
Well, my thanks to the guys over there at Fox for all their assistance in the comments box this week as well. And let's get the final thoughts then from the first JB Motorsports broadcast of NASCAR. I'm going to put this down as this was unofficial because so much went wrong, but it was testing for us. We know that when the chips are down, we can call a good NASCAR race, and I'm proud of that. So now we've just got to make sure that the TV pictures work and everything else stays and behaves, and we get a less time zone in. So, starting with you, Josh T, what's your takeaway from this and going to Daytona next week for qualifying, and then the week after the 500?
Yeah, it was a good race. One caution in effectively the first half. Second half, a lot more cautions. I believe we ended on 8 or 7, 8 or 9. I haven't actually got the timing
7 cautions. 7.
7, cool. So 7 cautions. Adam, you got your prediction perfectly right in the amount of cautions, but the real season starts at Daytona. Everyone's heads in the paddock is down, as next up it's the dual races, then straight on to the Daytona 500. But next up at the LA Coliseum, it's the NASCAR Mexico race.
Adam?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, we did have some rough patches, to start, here tonight. But congratulations to Denny Hamlin on getting the win in Southern California. And thank you to all the viewers who tuned in tonight. And we will return, for qualifying for the Daytona 500 and the duels, and of course, the Great American Race. So we thank all of you, for watching here tonight across the world. We really do appreciate you guys. Thank you.
I couldn't say better. We really do, especially when things go wrong. It was a test event, getting ourselves ready for the 500. We know what works, we know what doesn't, and we know where we need to improve. But I think when the chips are down, we call good together because we've had the experience. So I've got to say my thanks to you, Adam, to Joe Samaniego as well for your expert NASCAR knowledge in the qualifying session, for Josh T as well. Thanks forever again for saving us with TV pictures, with commentaries and all your stats as well. It means a lot. Thank you for you both. The number one show that's now on is going to be, I think, Hell's Kitchen. We've had a bit of a Hell's Nightmare this afternoon as well. Very much unexpected. A race on a Saturday. Everything being thrown together. One long broadcast for the first ever time calling NASCAR. Yeah, a baptism of fire. Should we try and relax? No. Next up, the biggest race on the NASCAR calendar to kick us off. It's the Daytona 500. Next week here on the channel, you've got all the coverage. All 3 days of the MotoGP testing is live here on JB Motorsports. I'll be in the box, keeping you updated with all the news that we find out from the circuit. We've got a few people trackside for us as well. And we've got all the launches to go through and all the videos as well. So join us for all of those. Next week kicks off February the 6th, 7th and 8th. So that's on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. My thanks to Adam, my thanks to Josh, my thanks to Joe, my thanks to all of you at home as well. We'll see you for the Daytona 500. From us all here, take care. Good night.